recovered from a ditch, a drain. He was declared dead by the GTB hospital. His father said he was an officer working with the Intelligence Bureau. He had left home at around 5 p.m. But by then, they had started trying to target these people. Later, his dead body was found, like I said, near Chand Bagh. An FIR was registered. In 2023, the first time, the Karkardooma court had framed charges against Tahir and others. They were framed charges under the IPC, which I'm not going to tell our viewers into great details about what happened. But finally, today, there is a conviction. Let me go across to Advocate Mahmood, who's now joining us on the phone line. Today is a verdict that comes too late. Today is a verdict by the Karkardooma court that had framed charges in 2023, but there should have been a quicker trial and quicker justice. How do you look at this order that has come, this conviction that has come from the Karkardooma court?
You are speaking to me?
Yes, I am, sir.
See, I was a lawyer for two accused in this case. One is Mr. Hasim Mullaji and the second is Muntazim Musa. Both of them have been acquitted in this case. And the major role was also attributed to both of them of assault. So since the judgment has not come out in the open, I would not be able to comment on this. So both of the accused who I was representing have been acquitted.
Mr. Pracha, yes, they have been acquitted. I'm not only looking at the role of the people you are speaking about, but the largest question here, the special cell was investigating the case. You've been seeing this case very closely. Don't you think it's a fit case to have gone to the NIA, keeping in mind what was told in the Supreme Court, that they wanted a regime change? This just makes the conspiracy even more dangerous, Mr. Pracha.
Yes, I would myself wish that best of the best investigating agency should have been involved in this very important case. But unfortunately, since you know, the government of the day, especially Mr. Amit Shah, Home Minister Sahab, is not a very fit person to be the Home Minister.
Mr. Pracha,
so
I don't want, with due respect, sir, as a lawyer for the accused, I understand we all have biases. I've spoken with you earlier. We're not speaking about the political dispensation or making any personal remarks, and that's why I cut you short. Only when it comes to this case, I want to ask you, Tahir Hussein's role was so clearly made out right in the start. Why did it take 6 years? What should personally be happening to all the others, not only in this case, but even the other accused, whether it's Umar Khalid, who keeps going and asking for bail?
See, the fault lies with Mr. Amit Shah, that so many people got acquitted and this case was not investigated by the best investigating agency.
You know, Mr. Pracha, as always, I think you're trying to give it a political taint. And I understand where you're coming from because you've appeared several times for the accused. I understand where you're coming from because you've seen the case, but you also have your personal biases. I leave it at that. But the question I ask our viewers to really ponder upon is simple. It took 6 years for Tahir to be convicted. He is in prison. There is Umar Khalid, who continues to file bail application after bail application. But the real seriousness of the matter gets taken away when a certain lobby of people start speaking the language of saying bail is the norm. In such cases, bail should not be the norm. These are very serious charges under the Unlawful Activities Prevention Act. And not only jail, but a proper conviction in these matters is what should be the rule of the day.
A IB officer was murdered in the Chand Bagh area today in 2020 during the riots is the big update we're getting. We will be stepping into a very, very short break. But I think we are getting in some reactions. We can go to them. All right, we have that's all the time we have right now. Thank you so much, Saurav and Rhythm, for joining us on that update. We will be stepping into a short break. Republic Global on the other side.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात।
वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है?
अरे मेरे राजा।
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े।
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट।
वो भी हर महीने।
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ।
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है। स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और परेशान, अरे चंकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
यानी इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील टीएमटी से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील टीएमटी बार एकदम सॉलिड।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता, उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ।
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा से। MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा सिर्फ असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
MTH।
Rosa podcast wants to know, but I'm seeing a very soft version of Arnab. What did you expect? A mad guy shouting at the screen. I can't shut up. As debater, or I'm a crazy debater. Facts everyone has, but I have brought back opinion into journalism because they didn't have the guts. I had the guts, I had the freedom, I had the intellect. I gave it my best shot. I still do it. There's no sense of how much money you want to make. No, it was always how much can you do. I used to be really proud seeing my father in uniform. I realized my father was doing something greater than his own job. If you were to again go back and look at from where you started as a journalist, so much. A junior Rahul would have spoken to a junior Arnab. Which Rahul?
की घटना है, यही घटनास्थल भी आया हूँ। जो रात में घटना घटी उसमें महिला घर में अकेली थी। हाँ, रात में 2-3 बजे की घटना है, यही घटनास्थल भी आया हूँ। जो रात में घटना घटी उसमें महिला घर में अकेली थी, उसके बच्चे।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात।
वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है।
अरे मेरे राजा।
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने।
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ।
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट।
अब बताओ स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
यानी इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील टीएमटी से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील टीएमटी बार एकदम सॉलिड।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े।
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा हार्डवेयर मसाला।
प्यास बुझाए ठंडक लाए सबको भाए जीरा से MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा से असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
MTH
Good evening, welcome to our Global. We begin this episode and edition by telling you about Bangkok, where a devastating fire tore through a crowded beer hall in Bangkok. It killed 27 people, injured dozens. Authorities are investigating the cause of the blaze. Questions are rising about emergency exits. Next, we turn to the Gulf, where tensions between Iran and the United States have escalated once again. Tehran is claiming it has carried out retaliatory eye-for-an-eye strikes on US-linked facilities, imposed restrictions on the Strait of Hormuz. Washington is insisting commercial shipping remains operational and regional military activities continue uninterrupted. After that, we head to Iran. There's a hardline newspaper that's published an alleged list of foreign leaders portrayed as targets for revenge following the killing of former Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. Let's begin first with the headlines. US strikes central Iranian territories, coastal radar sites, missile and drone capabilities along with small boats. Iran launches an eye-for-an-eye operation after fresh US strikes target US bases across Kuwait, Jordan and Bahrain. Iranian hardline newspaper publishes alleged revenge hit list. Trump, Netanyahu, Starmer among global leaders named after Khamenei killing. Fresh Russian strikes hit Odisha and Zaporizhzhia. Homes, buses, civilian infrastructure is damaged. It's Typhoon Bavi that's triggering floods across northern China. The red alert is issued. Cities battle waterlogging and chaos. Our top story, a night of celebration turned into a scene of horror in Thailand after a massive fire ripped through a packed beer hall in Bangkok. At least 27 people were killed, dozen injured as flames and thick smoke engulfed the venue within minutes. Investigators are now examining whether safety lapses and blocked escape routes contributed to one of the country's deadliest fire tragedies.
What began as a regular night of music and entertainment quickly descended into chaos and tragedy in the heart of Bangkok. Just before midnight, flames erupted inside the Na Lat Prao Beer Hall in northern Bangkok, turning the crowded venue into a deadly fire trap. Footage captured by first responders shows towering flames bursting through the entrance as thick black smoke poured into the night sky. Panic spread rapidly as customers scrambled for exits while firefighters raced against time to contain the inferno. Witnesses described the scenes of confusion and desperation as visibility inside the hall collapsed within moments. According to Thai authorities, many victims were found near restroom areas at the rear of the building, suggesting they may have been searching for safety as the smoke engulfed the venue.
แต่ว่าตรวจสอบเบื้องต้นแล้วร้านอาหารนี้ก็มีใบอนุญาตประกอบกิจการประเภทร้านอาหารสามารถมีวงดนตรีไลฟ์แบนด์ได้นะครับจนถึงเที่ยงคืนตามกฎหมายนะ นะครับซึ่งในช่วงที่เกิดเหตุก็เป็นช่วงประมาณ 5 ทุ่มกว่านะครับ
Investigators are now examining whether the sealing materials accelerated the blaze and whether emergency exits were blocked or inaccessible during the evacuation. The scale of destruction was visible everywhere, with shattered windows, twisted metal, burnt furniture, and debris strewn across the sidewalk. Inside, rows of blackened tables and chairs remained frozen in place, offering a haunting reminder of the moments before disaster struck. Charred speakers, damaged television screens, and a burnt electric guitar were among the items recovered from the wreckage. The identification process remains challenging, with several victims carrying no identification and many survivors still unconscious in hospitals. The tragedy has also reignited concerns over fire safety standards at entertainment venues across Thailand. As investigators work to determine exactly what sparked the blaze, attention is increasingly turning towards safety protocols, evacuation measures, and whether this tragedy could have been prevented. For now, Thailand mourns another devastating loss of life, while families wait for answers from the ashes of one of Bangkok's deadliest fire.
And escalating tensions in the Gulf have triggered a fresh exchange of claims and counterclaims between Iran and the United States. Tehran says it's carried out retaliatory strikes on US-linked military bases. It's announced restrictions on the Strait of Hormuz, while Washington denies any casualties. They say regional operations and commercial shipping is unaffected.
Iran claims it launched retaliatory strikes on US military facilities in Bahrain and Jordan, calling the attacks an act of self-defense. The US has not confirmed any damage. CENTCOM says there were 0 American casualties in the reported attacks. Iran's Revolutionary Guard says the Strait of Hormuz has been closed until further notice. Washington says commercial shipping continues safely. The IRGC claims it targeted Bahrain's Sheikh Issa Air Base, including helicopter facilities and a drone command center. The claims remain unverified as of now. Iran also says it struck Jordan's Prince Hassan Air Base, claiming fuel and ammunition storage sites were hit. Meanwhile, Iranian spokesperson lauds Iran's courage. Listen up what he has to say.
سرزمینی که قرن‌هاست در میان آتش و خون ایستادن را از دماوند آموخته است. این بار نیز اشک را با شکوه درآمیخت و جهانی را به تماشای وفاداری ملتی نشاند که داغ‌ترین داغ نیز زانوانش را خم نمی‌کند. از تهران تا قم و از نجف و کربلا تا مشهد و رضا گویی جغرافیا از حرکت ایستاده بود تا تاریخ وقار و عظمت یک ملت را نظاره کند. میلیون ها دل به یک نام تپید. میلیون ها قدم یک روایت را نوشت. نه فقط در کوچه ها و خیابان های ایران که در حرم های نورانی در میان مردمان دلداده عراق و در دل آزادگان جهان اشک‌ها به هم رسید و دست‌ها در دعای وداع به آسمان بلند شد.
Tehran has warned that any attack on its supreme leader or senior officials will be met with a swift and decisive response. Iran's foreign ministry says understandings with Washington have been entered a crisis phase, accusing the US of breaching its commitments.
عقلانی است. متن خیلی صریح نوشته شده. ما به دلیل بدگمانی و بی‌اعتمادی مطلقی که به حق نسبت به آمریکا داشتیم، تلاشمون این بود که این متن هرچند کوتاه چنان دقیق نوشته بشه که جای هیچ نوع تفسیرهای به رأی برای آمریکا باقی نگذاره.
من خواهش میکنم که متن بند 5 یادداشت تفاهم رو با دقت ملاحظه بفرمایید، هم متن فارسی و هم متن انگلیسی.
As tensions escalate across the Gulf, several claims from both Iran and the US remain unverified by independent sources.
And there's breaking news that's coming in. We're also going to give you details about how in the United Kingdom we are seeing the government has formally designated Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, the IRGC, as a terrorist organization. This move comes after British authorities have accused an Iran-backed group of being involved in attacks targeting the UK's Jewish community. The decision is making a major escalation in tensions between London and Tehran amid the wider West Asia crisis. And in another major development from the region, viewers, reports from the Iranian media say Yemen's Houthi administration is now also in Sana'a has announced the end of its ceasefire with Saudi Arabia. The development could further complicate an earlier volatile security situation in West Asia. It's also raising fears of renewed hostilities in the Red Sea region. As we are waiting for more details, it's a top focus that now Sana'a also announces end of ceasefire with Saudi Arabia. Even as tensions are high over the Strait of Hormuz, the latest US strikes on Iran, the rhetoric between Tehran and its adversaries continues to intensify. An Iranian hardline newspaper has published an online graphic naming several world leaders as alleged targets for revenge following the reported killing of former Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. The publication comes amid escalating tensions between Iran, the US, Israel. It follows defiant warnings from Iran's new Supreme Leader, Mujtaba Khamenei.
Even as tensions remain high across West Asia, a controversial publication from Iran has triggered fresh international attention. Conservative Iranian newspaper has published an online graphic featuring photographs of prominent global leaders portrayed as targets for revenge over the killing of former Supreme Leader Ayatollah Ali Khamenei. The graphic appeared shortly after Mujtaba Khamenei, who succeeded his father as Iran's Supreme Leader, issued his first public message following the funeral ceremonies. In a strongly worded statement, Mujtaba vowed that those responsible for his father's death would not escape punishment. Among those featured in the graphic are US President Donald Trump, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, and Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth. Several European leaders were also included, among them British Prime Minister Keir Starmer, French President Emmanuel Macron, Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni, and German Chancellor Friedrich Merz. The publication is being viewed as part of a wider campaign by Iranian hardliners seeking retaliation for the February strike that killed Ayatollah Ali Khamenei during the US-Israeli military operation against Iran. The development comes at a time when relations between Tehran, Washington and Tel Aviv remain deeply strained following months of military escalation, ceasefire violations and threats of further retaliation. While the list has attracted global headlines, there is no indication that it represents an official Iranian government directive. Nevertheless, the publication is likely to further fuel concerns about regional stability as Iran's leadership continues to invoke retaliation in the aftermath of one of the most consequential events in the country's recent history.
Russia has launched fresh overnight strikes across southern Ukraine targeting civilian infrastructure in Odisha and Zaporizhzhia. Residential buildings, buses, commercial facilities were damaged. Several civilians, also children, were possibly injured in the attack. Ukraine accuses Russia of targeting civilians. Russia's defense ministry, meanwhile, says the strikes targeted port infrastructure. It was being used to store military cargo, presenting the contrasting account of the operation.
Russia has carried out another wave of overnight strikes on southern Ukraine, targeting Odessa and Zaporizhia. In Odessa, drones struck civilian infrastructure, leaving several people injured. Local authorities say private homes and commercial buildings also suffered damage. Ukrainian emergency teams rushed to the scene as firefighters battled the blaze. In Zaporizhia, another Russian drone attack hit a residential apartment block. 6 people, including a child, were injured in the attack. Regional authorities say 13 people were wounded across the wider Zaporizhia region over the past 24 hours. Meanwhile, Russia's defense ministry has claimed that the strikes targeted port infrastructure, allegedly being used to store military cargo. Ukraine, however, says civilian infrastructure bore the brunt of the attacks, with homes, vehicles and public facilities damaged.
Typhoon Bavi continues to unleash havoc across China, triggering several flooding, mass evacuation and widespread disruption. Several northern provinces are now battling torrential rain, waterlogged streets and infrastructural damage, with authorities issuing the highest level flood alert in the area.
Typhoon Bavi is continuing its destructive march across China, bringing torrential rain, flash floods and large-scale disruption in its wake. As the storm system moved north, multiple provinces were hit by intense rainfall, forcing authorities to activate emergency response measures. In the northeastern province of Liaoning, cities including Shenyang, Anshan and Fushun issued red flood alerts, the highest level in China's 4-tier warning system. Heavy rain quickly overwhelmed drainage systems, flooding roads and residential areas while turning parts of cities into waterlogged zones. Authorities were forced to shut tunnels and several subway entrances as rising water levels disrupted transport networks. Local governments have suspended work, closed schools and halted business operations as a precautionary measure. Emergency teams remain on standby as forecasters warn of continued rainfall in the coming hours. Rescue and relief operations are continuing as authorities work to move residents to safer locations. With Typhoon Bavi still moving through northern China, officials remain on high alert for further flooding, landslides and weather-related emergencies. For millions across the affected regions, the focus now remains on safety as China battles yet another major weather disaster.
That's all the time we have for on Republic Global. On the other side of a very short break, my colleague Niranjan gets you all the latest details in the Delhi riots conviction of 2020. Stay on with us.
Co-powered by Crystal Crop Protection, देश का किसान, देश का हीरो.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात. वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा.
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ.
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट. अब बताओ, स्वाद आया? आया.
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट.
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे.
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं.
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा. रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना.
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं. रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड.
प्यास बुझाए, ठंडक लाए, सबको भाए जीरा से MTH का जलजीरा जीरा सिप
जीरा सिप असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
AU करंट अकाउंट के साथ मिलता है फ्री UPI QR ओवरड्राफ्ट फैसिलिटी और एक ही ऐप से बैंक के सारे काम। AU
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला। चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट।
स्वाद बढ़ाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और परेशान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
Rosa podcast wants to know, but I'm seeing a very soft version of Arnab. What did you expect? A mad guy shouting at the screen. I can't shut up. Best debater or I'm a crazy debater. Facts everyone has. But I have brought back opinion into journalism.
Cricketers fail. Athletes make India proud. Athletes show how it's done in China. Historic China Medal Hall for athletes. Debating tonight at 9 p.m.
Presented by, co-powered by Crystal Crop Protection. देश का किसान, देश का हीरो।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। अब बताओ स्वाद आया? आया।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा
राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
प्यास बुझाए ठंडक लाए सबको भाए जीरा सिप MTH का जलजीरा जीरा सिप
जीरा सिप असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
AU करंट अकाउंट के साथ मिलता है फ्री UPI QR ओवरड्राफ्ट फैसिलिटी और एक ही ऐप से बैंक के सारे काम। AU
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे।
हनी इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील TMT बार एकदम सॉलिड।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट।
स्वाद बढ़ाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और परेशान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Thank you for joining us on This Is Exclusive, ladies and gentlemen. At 7 p.m., the story breaking after 6 years of the Delhi riots. 6 years since the Delhi riots took place. 6 years later, Ankit Sharma. Many people may not know Ankit Sharma. Many people may not recognize Ankit Sharma. Ankit Sharma was an IB official. And during the Delhi riots, he was killed by a mob led by then a sitting Aam Aadmi Party leader called Tahir Hussain. Details are coming up. Justice for Ankit Sharma at last. But the conspiracy of the Delhi riots, ladies and gentlemen, one of the greatest ever conspiracies. We have details of that on the show. We are only focusing the show on the conspiracy of the Delhi rioters and what they intended to do. Regime change 2020. Here are the headlines. Sheikh Hasina announces return to Bangladesh. Her party, the Awami League, and her supporters confirm to Republic that yes, she will be going back. In an exclusive conversation with Republic, former Awami League leader, Minister Mohibul Hasan says people want Hasina to go back and to lead Bangladesh. Court has convicted former Aam Aadmi Party leader, councillor Tahir Hussain for the murder of Ankit Sharma, IB official, in the 2020 Delhi riots. India shines at the inaugural edition of the Asian Under-23 Athletics Championship. Finishes fourth on the tally, clinching 16 medals, including 3 golds. Government says it's examining Meta's response on child sexual abuse material, or CSAM. Meta has responded. Action will now follow. Ladies and gentlemen, the Delhi riots of 2020, one of the biggest ever conspiracies that have unfolded on our soil. And 6 years since then, the story of Ankit Sharma has been one of the biggest headlines. Ankit Sharma, and then an IB official, was killed, and 6 years later, Tahir Hussain, who was a then Aam Aadmi Party leader, a then Aam Aadmi Party councillor, he's been convicted for the murder of Ankit Sharma along with 10 others. Let's show you the pictures of how Tahir Hussain was spotted on the terrace, on his terrace, rioting on that day. In fact, it was Republic TV that exposed Tahir Hussain when the story broke out. Tahir Hussain led the mobs, and Tahir Hussain, seen here in the courtroom, was exposed by Republic TV when we put out the video showing his role in the riots. In fact, the Aam Aadmi Party continued to defend Tahir Hussain at that particular point of time. Tahir Hussain was once a poster boy of the Aam Aadmi Party. They were forced to suspend him, forced to sever ties with him much later, but at the time of the riots, he was still an Aam Aadmi Party leader. Look at that, those were pictures of Tahir Hussain's terrace. We'll continue to show you those pictures, but today the headline is 6 years after the Delhi riots, when the intention was to bring in regime change. Tahir Hussain, then sitting Aam Aadmi Party leader, was guilty of killing Ankit Sharma, the official. Those are pictures of Tahir Hussain, by the way, on your screens right now from 2020. Tahir Hussain was shown on top of a building in Delhi, leading the mobs, pelting stones, throwing grenades, molotovs at the police. And this was when Ankit Sharma was also killed. Okay, Deshrata Nigam is joining us. Saurav is also joining us live on the story. Saurav, to summarize what happened in court, before I go across to Deshrata Nigam, if you can tell us what happened in court, what did the court say while giving this verdict and holding them guilty of the killing of Ankit Sharma?
Yes, yes, Niranjan. Today, Karkardooma court has acquitted 6 of the people in this case, 6 of the accused in this case. However, the court has convicted Tahir Hussain, who is the former Aam Aadmi Party councillor who was on the seat at that time. He was convicted by the Karkardooma court under the sections of murder, kidnapping, inflammatory speeches, and rioting. And apart from Tahir Hussain, four people are also convicted in this case. And the court has acquitted all of the accused from the conspiracy charges. However, the court has said that Tahir Hussain was the mastermind of this, and that is why he got convicted, and he is accused. He is the prime accused in this whole case. After 6 years, I want to tell our viewers that this conviction came, and now the justice is served, as 5 of these people have been now acquitted by the Karkardooma court in this rioting case. And the serious sections have been put up by the Karkardooma case in this regard, and the sections of murder, rioting, inflammatory speeches, and kidnapping were put up by the Karkardooma court today on the former AAP MLA AAP councillor Tahir Hussain. However, the Aam Aadmi Party was used to defend him, telling the people that it is a conspiracy against the Aam Aadmi Party, and that is why Tahir Hussain has been charged with these sections. But today, Karkardooma court has cleared all this, and the Karkardooma court has convicted Tahir Hussain along with 4 others in this Ankit Sharma death case, Niranjan.
Okay, stay with me. Let me go across to Deshrata Nigam. Deshrata Nigam is an advocate in the Supreme Court. Deshrata Nigam, you remember the Delhi riots? I remember you were live when it happened with us on Republic back then, and we went into great detail of how this was a well-planned conspiracy. In fact, during the investigation, it also emerged that it was timed to the visit of Donald Trump, the then US president, during his first term. The idea was to bring in regime change. Now, that was the intent. And the role of all these parties that gave silent support, some gave covert support, some gave overt support, and, some thought they'll never get caught. But the truth is now out. You have the pictures of Tahir Hussain, and it's now emerged that he was also one of the killers of Ankit Sharma.
Well, Niranjan, in fact, whatever we have seen today is the culmination of the truth we already knew. The Delhi riots were anti-India, anti-Hindu, anti-government. And they were well planned with the conspiracy of during the time of visit of Donald Trump to malign India and to create chaos in India. Because if a country cannot protect its people during the time of international visit of the leaders like Trump, then India's image really goes down. But however, everything was dealt properly by the people. However, if you look at it, the only similarity I see of Delhi riots and brutality is the October 7 that happened in Israel and the way Hamas, butchered the people out there. Here it was a well-planned conspiracy. Acid was thrown on the paramilitary forces from the rooftops. If you recall, Amit Sharma, the DCP, was stabbed by women. When he went to talk to them, he removed his helmet. And therefore, the entire thing, there were WhatsApp groups instigating, calling people, pre-planned, in the northeast Delhi, things were planned and executed. Hindus were caught on roads, their cars were burned, societies and the colonies were attacked. And this is a culmination, and the justice has been done. Probably sentence will be announced tomorrow or someday recently. And I believe a death penalty should be imposed on him. Yes, what we saw happening during the time of riots, and we've dealt with it along with you and other anchors on your TV channel, that in fact, before I come to that, in fact, I have personally visited Tahir Hussain's building. I have seen that massive handmade catapult which was there, the bombs which were scattered around, and the capture of petrol bombs from his residence and various other materials which were there. And the Mr. Negi, who was burned down in his shop. His shops were targeted, put a cross on them, and only Hindu shops were targeted and looted. None of the Muslim shops at that point of time were there. And therefore, I think the government of India needs to go much deeper into it. See, there are international terrorist organizations, whether they are part of this conspiracy, because it could not have been in isolation. the funding, the pattern that was there, everything needs to be exposed. And the law must take its course and give them the highest penalty, because any crime which, affects the society at large, the peace at large, and promotes enmity has to be taken much seriously than an individual crime. Individual crime may affect a family, that also needs to be punished. But a crime of such kind of brutal murder, targeting a Delhi police officer who is responsible for, law and order, and attacking, stabbing a DCP, these are very, very serious things. Attacking and, the base or the root of the law and order system, creating fear not only in the minds of people but the police. Therefore, I believe the judicial system is aware of this, and the material on record will ensure that he gets the highest penalty, which in my belief is the death penalty.
The reason why we are, ladies and gentlemen, getting you details of the story is many may not remember what happened back then, but we remember every visual that came in. Tahir Hussain was a poster boy of the Aam Aadmi Party. In fact, he was very, very close to Arvind Kejriwal at that point of time. And let's also tell you that the Aam Aadmi Party gave support to Tahir Hussain back then. And it was such a well-crafted conspiracy that in the course of our reporting in the last 6 years, we've also peeled the different layers of the Delhi riot conspiracy. This is Sharjeel Imam. In fact, I want to play that video out. It's a 7-minute video where Sharjeel Imam, who's still in jail, by the way, was recently granted some relief for a few days by the court. But just putting out the video of Sharjeel Imam and what he said back then, a 7-minute video in which he gave out the full plot of what they intended to do during the 2020 Delhi riots. In case you're not aware of the full story, here's what happened. 2020, this is what their plan was. Take a listen to this.
चीज पे इत्मीनान रख लें कि हमला मुसलमानों पर, ठीक है। इस बात पे पहले इत्मीनान कर लेंगे कि हमला संविधान पे नहीं है। संविधान तो बदलता रहता है, तो इसी को संविधान बना देंगे। आप क्या कीजिएगा, क्या कर लीजिएगा? कोर्ट ने क्या किया बाबरी मस्जिद के साथ, आपको पता है ना? कोर्ट ने कश्मीर में क्या किया, आपको पता है? इस चीज को याद रखें कि अभी बहुत अर्जेंट मामला है, बहुत अर्जेंट मामला है। हमारे पास 4 हफ्ते 28 दिन है अगला जो हियरिंग है। अगले हियरिंग तक सरकार को छोड़ो, कोर्ट को इसकी नानी याद आ जाए। ये आपकी जिम्मेदारी, कोर्ट किसी का नहीं है। आपको लगता है कोर्ट आपका हमदर्द है? आपको ऐसा लगता है? बताइए, ट्रिपल तलाक में क्या किया इन लोगों ने? मुसलमान मर्दों को जेल भेजने का सामान किया है कि नहीं? बाबरी मस्जिद में क्या किया? आपकी जमीन छीन के किसी और को दे दी। ये कोर्ट आपका हमदर्द नहीं है। ये कोर्ट सीए में भी आपसे हमदर्दी नहीं जताएगा। जहां हम महफूज हैं, दिल्ली की खास बात क्या थी कि इंटरनेशनल मीडिया को आने में 5 मिनट लगते हैं, 5 मिनट। वहां अगर ये गोली चलाए तो वो वीडियो पे आ जाएगा। दिल्ली में वैसे भी दिल्ली को ये कश्मीर बना नहीं सकते, आपको भी पता है। इन्हीं की जलालत होगी, हमारी नहीं होगी। अगर ये दिल्ली में गोली चलवाए, आर्मी लगवाए, तो जलालत किसकी है? मुसलमानों की नहीं, सरकार की जलालत।
दिल्ली है भाई, ये फ्लाईओवर गिरे जरा, पूरी दुनिया को खबर हो, समझ रहे हैं ना? और तीसरी चीज, भैया लाठी खाने से न डरे। बिल्कुल। अगर किसी का हाथ टूटा है तो अलग बात है, किसी का पैर टूटा है तो अलग बात है। लाठी खाने से न डरे। ईयर गैस से किसी को एलर्जी हो सकती है तो भागे, सही बात है। लाठी से एलर्जी ना समझे, लाठी 2-4 तो पड़ेगी, लाठी खाने की कला भी सीख लें, समझ रहे हैं ना? इस तरह कम चोट पड़े, इम्पैक्ट कम हो, पहन के क्या आना चाहिए, समझ रहे हैं? एक पट्टा हो बीच में। जब तक ये सब नहीं करेंगे, सब हाँ भाई, जब तक ये सब नहीं करेंगे सारा बेअसर रहेगा। ये चिंगारी कहाँ जाएगी? आग कैसे लगेगी? आग लगाने के लिए 2 काम करना होगा, लाठी खाने के लिए तैयार रहना होगा, नंबर 2 ऑर्गेनाइज होना होगा।
2 जो स्टेप्स हैं उनको क्लियर रखना चाहिए। एक है कि सेंसिटाइजेशन, अवेयरनेस, व्हाटएवर, और दूसरा है प्लान ऑफ एक्शन। प्लान ऑफ एक्शन किसी के पास नहीं, सब सेंसिटाइजेशन की ही बात करते हैं। तो सेंसिटाइजेशन तो यकीनी तौर पे करना है हमें, लेकिन प्लान ऑफ एक्शन भी पैरेलल होना चाहिए कि अगर हमारे पास क्रिटिकल मास जमा हो चुका है लोगों का, तो उनसे क्या किया जाए, क्या करवाया जाए, क्या कुछ कर सकते हैं। अगर हमारे पास जामिया में 10,000 जवान लड़के हैं तो वो क्या कर सकते हैं? तो कैसे होंगे? हम पे भी FIR होंगे, इसके लिए तो इत्मीनान से होगा। लेकिन ये कामयाबी तभी मिलेगी जब 100 शाहीन बाग जलाना पड़ेगा उसके टेंशन कैंप को, नहीं तो आपको पूछने वाला। ये जो सिटीजनशिप का रजिस्टर बन रहा है और जिनको निकालने की बात हो रही है, वो किसकी जिम्मेदारी है? वो कहाँ से बेघर हुए? क्या वो बेघर इसलिए हुए कि उनको भागना था, उनको बंगाल ने भगाया था? नहीं, हिंदुस्तान और पाकिस्तान की जंग हुई थी, ये याद रखिएगा। हिंदुस्तान और पाकिस्तान की जंग के पादाश में लाखों करोड़ों लोग बेघर हुए और उनकी जिम्मेदारी अकेली न आसाम की है, न पाकिस्तान की है, न बांग्लादेश की है। ये पहले तो एक इंटरनेशनल प्रॉब्लम है, इस बात को याद रखिएगा कि ये इंटरनेशनल प्रॉब्लम है और एक सरकार की मनमानी हम कभी कबूल नहीं करेंगे। जब ये बात कम से कम 5-6 मुल्कों की है, 4-5 तो आपकी नजर के सामने है, तो क्या हम एक सरकार की मनमानी कबूल करेंगे?
2 हफ्ते से यही कर रहे हैं। हमारी ख्वाहिश और हमारी आरज़ू ये है कि दिल्ली में चक्का जाम हो, और सिर्फ दिल्ली में नहीं, देश के जहाँ जिस शहर में मुसलमान कर सकता है, मुसलमान हिंदुस्तान के 500 शहरों में चक्का जाम कर सकते हैं। ठीक है?
और काम करने का एक ही तरीका है, वो है सड़क बंद, माल बंद करो, इनका सामान हम जाने नहीं देंगे। जो सरकार हम पे जुल्म कर रही है, उस सरकार को हम पैरालाइज कर देंगे।
लेकिन गोल क्या है? हम चक्का जाम करना चाहते हैं। हम दिल्ली के मोहल्लों में दूध बंद करना चाहते हैं, पानी बंद करना चाहते हैं। खुल के बोलिए यार।
शाहीन बाग में कोशिश की, एक हाईवे ब्लॉक किया, जो अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह 1.5 महीने से ब्लॉक थे। पहला स्टेप है कि मुसलमान अवाम सड़कों पे आ गया। दूसरा स्टेप क्या होगा? अब उस अवाम का जो गुस्सा है उसको इस्तेमाल किया जाए। कैसे इस्तेमाल करेंगे? एक सबसे आसान चीज है, पुरअमन तरीके से सड़कों को बंद करो। इतना आसान काम है।
तो अब मैं दिल्ली की बात पर आता हूँ। दिल्ली में हम यहाँ से आने के पहले ही 5 दिसंबर 6 दिसंबर से ही हमने पर्चे बांटने, हम जेएनयू के मुस्लिम तलबा के हमने पर्चे बांटने शुरू कर दिए थे NRC CAA पर।
Well, the story is not over yet. Everyone is yet to be punished. I mean, at least the main characters here, many of them are still free. People like Yogendra Yadav, Deshwata Nigam, quickly, I'll just get one last word from you. People like Yogendra Yadav and many others who are a very critical part of this plot are still out.
Because they were the brains behind, the one who were actually conspirators, they who tried to instigate people from behind the doors, from the planning, the, roadmaps, everything was made in closed rooms, and things have come out. How they were part of WhatsApp group, the messages that have been exchanged. And let me tell you, while interacting with the victims of these riots, the brutality that was committed toward them was very, very ghastly. And it's unbelievable how can, it can be done to your fellow Indians. And everybody needs to be punished. As you rightly said, they are still roaming around, being politicians, being some of the bureaucrats. They were there. The one, who, for the drop of a hat, they write letters to the Prime Minister and Presidents. Let us also examine them, and because chain is too long, it cannot be isolated. And the level at which it has been done with the Hamas kind of a style that was, adopted by these people with huge amount of planning, with so-called intellectual people of the Muslim community. And the whole problem was that the peaceful, loving Muslims, as we call it, never came out against them. That is something which worries me and which really, makes me wonder as to what extent the radicalization has taken place in this country of the Muslim community. It is the Muslim community that has to come out, control these people, give every kind of information that they have to the authorities, so that this trial and the other trial which are going on may be taken to its logical conclusion. Yes, you have to believe in Constitution, but you can't say that Bharat tere tukde honge, inshallah, with a constitution in your hand. Now, Constitution and the law and order and the Delhi police is capable of, handling them and controlling the law and order situation. And I again urge the Muslim community, come out forward, and the people who were involved, give their names, give information to the police, so that everybody who's roaming free, who thinks he can get away with the kind of ghastly crimes that they have done, they should also be punished. It is only then the trust between the two communities can be built. As long as the intellectuals and the peace-loving people of Muslim community remain silent, these people, the radicalized people, will take the law and order in their own hand and malign the entire Muslim community in India.
Thank you for joining us with those details. Getting in some pictures of the ambush that took place on the Assam Rifles convoy today in Nagaland. We have some more pictures that are now coming into our newsrooms. I wanted to get the details of that to our viewers. 3 Assam Rifles personnel have been martyred Several others sustained injuries after an IED struck a convoy in Nagaland's Chumoikidima district. The attack itself took place near a village called Sukovi and triggered a major security operation. Now, according to initial reports, unidentified groups targeted the moving Assam Rifles convoy by hurling an IED, resulting in a powerful explosion. And 3 Assam Rifles personnel have been martyred on the spot. Several others injured, and those forces injured have been shifted for medical treatment, although their condition has not been officially disclosed. Lintoy is joining me live. Let me go across to her. She's joining us with the details. Lintoy, the second attack, it's a big concern. Second attack in the northeast in the last few weeks alone.
Yes, Niranjan, this is the second attack that took place in the northeast. The first attack was carried out in Ukhrul district. So, well, this is one of the deadliest attacks on security forces in Nagaland in recent times also. So, the incident took place earlier today near Sokhubi village in Chumoikidima district in Nagaland, where an Assam Rifles convoy come under an IED attack. So, according to officials that we received, the reports given by the officials, at least three Assam Rifles personnel were martyred, while the several others sustained injuries after that powerful explosion ripped through the convoy. So the injured personnel have been shifted to a nearby medical facility for treatment, although authorities are yet to release an official update on their condition. What's particularly worrying is that this is the second IED attack targeting security forces in Chumoikidima within just 1 week also, raising fresh concerns over insurgent activity in the region. So immediately after the blast, Assam Rifles and Dimapur Police launched a massive joint search operation, while security forces has been significantly tightened in and around the area also. So as of now, there is no official confirmation on who was behind the attack. No incident outfit has claimed responsibility so far. Back to you.
But there are some reports, some claims being made that the NSCN and also Ulfa may be behind this attack. Of course, nobody has claimed responsibility, but some veterans and some in the know, some experts in the know, claim that there could be a role.
Yeah, retired army officer and Kriti Chakra awardee Major Digvijay Singh Rawat has alleged in a social media post that the attack was carried out by the NSC and IM, claiming that it was the second such IED attack within a week, and alleging past coordination between the NSC and IM and ULFA in attacks on security forces. That said, these claims have not been verified by security agencies, and investigators are also treating all possibilities as they continue their probe. For now, the focus remains on the ongoing search operation, securing the area and identifying those behind the deadly attack. However, Major Digvijay Singh claimed that the NSCN have been involved in this ambush attack. Back to you.
Okay. Thank you for joining us with those inputs. We'll leave it at that. Tracking the situation closely. The second attack in the northeast in the last few days. It's a matter of alarm, ladies and gentlemen. Tracking the story closely. Forces on alert. Remember, the CRPF has also moved to Manipur. The Cobra Battalion has moved to Manipur to tackle the situation. So in the northeast, our forces have a challenge. That's it on this edition of This Is Exclusive. Thanks for watching.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद ये तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मम्मा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा, सबका राजा और मसाला।
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बढ़ाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है? स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और परेशान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
पापा,
सॉरी यार, गलती हो गई है। ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा।
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा।
छक्का?
सब कैशलेस हो गया है। हाँ,
ला भाई मेरा बैट। वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू। अभी तो डिस्चार्ज हुआ यार। बैट किसका है?
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है। चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। अब बताओ स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा।
सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
पापा
सॉरी यार, गलती हो गई है। ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा।
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा।
छक्का?
सब कैशलेस हो गया है। हाँ
ला भाई मेरा बैट। वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू। अभी तो डिस्चार्ज हुआ यार। बैट किसका है?
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है। चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच लस्सी और छाछ
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट।
ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े।
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
बड़े बड़े इम्तिहानों से गुजरता है, वक्त तराशता है जिसे, तो जाने क्या क्या न करता है। जब तक खुशबू सबसे बेहतरीन न बन जाए, आराम के लिए नहीं ठहरता है। जब तक लाजवाब न बन जाए, उसे नहीं इत्मीनान है। तभी तो रिचमैन बनना नहीं आसान है। आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे।
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे, दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे। केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ।
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी।
प्यास बुझाए ठंडक लाए सबको भाए जीरा से MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा सिर्फ असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
MTH
आर प्योर सूजी पास्ता उबालो मिलाओ और खाओ
8 मिनट में तैयार।
क्या टेस्ट है सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
First time when I saw Dharamji, I was completely flabbergasted. And then he also smiled and said, "ये बड़ी चंगी कुड़ी है." And then I always thought कि if I marry, I must marry somebody like him.
Is it true that you completely fell in love with him when you saw him dance to that?
Completely fell in love क्या होता है?
I don't know. I don't know.
Love तो love होता है ना?
Co-powered by Crystal Crop Protection, देश का किसान, देश का हीरो।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट।
स्वाद बढ़ाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है। स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और परेशान, अरे चंकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चंकी चाट।
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा क्या स्वाद है। अरे मेरे राजा।
सबका राजा आर प्योर मसाला।
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने।
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ।
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी।
प्यास बुझाए ठंडक लाए सबको भाए जीरा से MTH का जलजीरा जीरा से।
जीरा सिर्फ असली रिफ्रेशिंग, असली स्वाद, असली मजा।
Karkardooma मैनुअल वाइंडिंग 4 लोगों के पास है ये।
कुछ इससे भी अनोखा।
कमला पसंद सिर्फ एक अनोखा स्वाद। कमला पसंद पान मसाला।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी, एवरीडे।
रानी, इस घर में कुछ है जो टूटता नहीं।
ये पिलर कभी नहीं टूटेगा। रुंगटा स्टील TMT से बना।
रुंगटा नहीं तो घर स्ट्रॉन्ग नहीं। रुंगटा स्टील।
Good evening, viewers. You're watching Super Prime Time with me, Rakshita Mishra. Let's get started with the top stories we're tracking for you. India shines at the inaugural edition of the Asian Under-23 Athletics Championships, and in China finishes 4th in the overall tally, clinches 16 medals across the events. The government says that it is now examining Meta's response on child sexual abuse content, adds appropriate action to follow. Supreme Court seeks SIT report in Ayodhya donation theft case, directs the team to issue notice to Ram Mandir Trust. After Uddhav Sena, Sharad Pawar's NCP split next. Sources indicate 5 Lok Sabha MPs likely to make the switch to NDA. US strikes central Iranian region, hits air defense systems, coastal radar sites, missile and drone capabilities along with small boats. Iran launches Iron for an Eye operation after fresh US strikes, targets US bases across Kuwait, Jordan and Bahrain. Escalating tensions in the Gulf have triggered a fresh exchange of claims and counterclaims between Iran and the United States. Tehran says it has carried out retaliatory strikes on US-linked military facilities and announced restrictions in the Strait of Hormuz, while Washington denies any casualties and says that the regional operations and the commercial shipping remains unaffected. Now, here's a report.
Iran claims it launched retaliatory strikes on US military facilities in Bahrain and Jordan, calling the attacks an act of self-defense. The US has not confirmed any damage. CENTCOM says there were 0 American casualties in the reported attacks. Iran's Revolutionary Guard says the Strait of Hormuz has been closed until further notice. Washington says commercial shipping continues safely. The IRGC claims it targeted Bahrain's Sheikh Issa Air Base, including helicopter facilities and a drone command center. The claims remain unverified as of now. Iran also says it struck Jordan's Prince Hassan Air Base, claiming fuel and ammunition storage sites were hit. Meanwhile, Iranian spokesperson lauds Iran's courage. Listen up what he has to say.
سرزمینی که قرن‌هاست در میان آتش و خون ایستادن را از دماوند آموخته است. این بار نیز اشک را با شکوه درآمیخت و جهانی را به تماشای وفاداری ملتی نشاند که داغ‌ترین داغ نیز زانوانش را خم نمی‌کند. از تهران تا قم و از نجف و کربلا تا مشهد و رضا گویی جغرافیا از حرکت ایستاده بود تا تاریخ وقار و عظمت یک ملت را نظاره کند. میلیون ها دل به یک نام تپید. میلیون ها قدم یک روایت را نوشت. نه فقط در کوچه ها و خیابان های ایران که در حرم های نورانی در میان مردمان دلداده عراق و در دل آزادگان جهان اشک‌ها به هم رسید و دست‌ها در دعای وداع به آسمان بلند شد.
Tehran has warned that any attack on its supreme leader or senior officials will be met with a swift and decisive response. Iran's foreign ministry says understandings with Washington have been entered a crisis phase, accusing the US of breaching its commitments.
عقلانی است. متن خیلی صریح نوشته شده. ما به دلیل بدگمانی و بی‌اعتمادی مطلقی که به حق نسبت به آمریکا داشتیم تلاشمون این بود که این متن هرچند کوتاه چنان دقیق نوشته بشه که جای هیچ نوع تفسیرهای به رأی برای آمریکا باقی نگذاره. من خواهش میکنم که متن بند 5 یادداشت تفاهم رو با دقت ملاحظه بفرمایید، هم متن فارسی و هم متن انگلیسی.
As tensions escalate across the Gulf, several claims from both Iran and the US remain unverified by independent sources.
And Meta, under fire after Republic in its exclusive investigation revealed the reports of child sexual abuse material on Instagram. Now, in a major development, Meta has issued a response finally to government's notice. Now, the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology Secretary has received the reply, and it is being now examined by the government. In fact, the Ministry Secretary S. Krishnan says that appropriate action will only be taken after proper review of the response is done. And the due action will be followed. Now, this, viewers, is also a stern notice to Meta that was issued recently by the government after Republic exposed Meta's child sexual exploitative and abuse material, CSEAM, in the paid advertisements on Instagram. Take a look at this report to know more.
Republic in its exclusive investigation exposed Meta's child sexual exploitative and abusive material in paid advertisements on Instagram. A major development has come where Meta has given a response to the government's notice on child sexual abuse content. MeitY Secretary S. Krishnan said that based on an examination of the reply, appropriate action would be taken. The government had earlier issued a stern notice to Meta after Republic exposed the CSEAM scandal in paid advertisements on Instagram. MeitY directed the company to immediately disable all such advertisements and content while seeking a detailed explanation within a specified deadline. 3 videos were seen online where 5 to 6-year-old child was seen. Child aged around 10 years was being abused. In one of the video, 8 to 10-year-old child was seen in distress following the child abuse. The issue gained national attention after Republic reported on the presence of CSEAM related advertisements on Instagram. Following the initial reports, Republic carried out an independent investigation into the case. It was found that several such advertisements were still accessible on Meta's platforms despite the issue being brought into the public domain, raising questions over the effectiveness of the company's moderation systems. Even after the expose, various pedophilia content was available online and were not removed by Meta. With Meta's response now under examination, the government's next course of action will depend on MeitY's findings. The case has once again put the spotlight on platform accountability and online child safety.
Karnataka Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar has announced a new protocol for Tirumala temple visits by the Karnataka dignitaries. Now, the state government will formally nominate representatives to receive the temple's first Aarti, a ceremonial honor that's been historically associated with Karnataka. The move has triggered political debate, even as the government says it is only formalizing an existing tradition. Here are more details.
Karnataka Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar has announced a new protocol for official representatives visiting the Tirumala temple. The Karnataka government will issue an order giving priority to designated state representatives for the temple's first Aarti. According to the new protocol, if the designated special officer is absent, preference will be given to an authorized Karnataka representative. The list includes ministers, MLAs, chairpersons, senior government officers, judges, and other officially nominated dignitaries. He added that the move is intended to ensure that those serving the government and the people receive the opportunity to perform the ceremonial service. But the move has triggered a political debate. The TTD board member Bhanu Prakash Reddy opposed such protocol, calling it politicizing religion. Arati Darshan is a traditional honor accorded to the Maharaja of Mysore, not to politicians. He even said that he will bring up the issue in upcoming board meeting and make sure religious places are not dragged into politics.
कल कर्नाटक मुख्यमंत्री डीके शिवकुमार ने एक स्टेटमेंट दिया, इधर तिरुमला में नित्य हारती होने के समय में एमएलएस, मिनिस्टर्स और उधर ऑफिसर्स को अलो करने के लिए वो नया प्रपोजल लेने वाला है। बच्चे नहीं है डीके शिवकुमार जी, ये पूरा मैसूर महाराज को दिए का प्रिविलेजेस है। ये आपके लिए और आपका मंत्रिमंडल के लिए, आपके एमएलए को नहीं है, ऐसा नहीं है, सिस्टम नहीं है। तो सो यू विथड्रॉ योर वोट्स। टुमारो बोर्ड मीटिंग इज गोइंग टू हैपन। I definitely raise this content and definitely I oppose this.
The government is expected to notify the protocol formally, after which official representatives from Karnataka will receive priority for the ceremonial first Arati whenever the designated officer is present. Now this has created a fresh political drama in Karnataka.
Now, speculation regarding a merger of the NCP or an alliance with the NDA has already been circulating in the political circles. We're talking about the Sharad Pawar's faction. And amid all of this, Maharashtra Minister Chand Bagh and Sharad Pawar is facing pressure from within his party to take a political decision, either by joining the NDA or aligning with a larger opposition party. Now, with this statement, the speculation over Sharad Pawar's NCP political future are only gaining more and more momentum.
Is Sharad Pawar's NCP merging with the NDA? Political circles are abuzz with NCP's political trajectory taking a new turn. Maharashtra Minister Chandrakant Patil's recent statement has worked like fuel to the fire of this political thriller. Patil said that Sharad Pawar was facing pressure from within his party to take a political decision either by joining NDA or aligning with the larger opposition party. Some of the sources have also revealed some major information regarding the split. According to the sources, NCP Sharad Pawar could vote for NDA on some of its key issues. And Sharad Pawar's party may also back the government on delimitation. Sources also say that NCP-SP may favor NDA's One Nation, One Election push as well. However, the merger between the parties is unlikely during the monsoon session starting from July 20th. Chandrakant Patil's remarks came amid growing speculation following the reports of recent interactions between senior BJP and NCP-SP functionaries. The growing clamour from within the NCP-SP reflects not merely political calculations but mounting administrative concerns.
India's athletes have once again given the country plenty of reasons to celebrate, from winning gold at the Asian Relays Championships to finishing fourth overall with a 16-medal haul at the Asian Under-23 Athletics Championships. India's track and field stars continue to deliver on the international stage despite far fewer resources from sports like cricket. Now, their performances have reignited the debate over the funding and recognition, especially as cricket faces another disappointing overseas outing. Here's a report.
Indian cricketers struggled in the UK, but India's athletes made the nation proud with another medal-winning show on the international stage. At the Asian Relays Championships, India's women's 400 relay team won gold in a season-best 43.85 seconds. India also bagged silver in the mixed 400-meter and bronze in the mixed 400-meter relay. Earlier, India finished 4th at the Asian Under-23 Athletics Championships with an impressive haul of 16 medals. That is, gold, 3, 4 silver and 9 bronze. Shravani Sachin Sangle starred with 2 golds and a bronze, while Anand Singh won javelin gold with a personal best throw of 80.57 meters. Shivam Lokhare and Shakil added bronze medals.
ये सबसे बड़ी जो मुझे लगता है ना, जो ग्रास रूट लेवल पे है वो सुविधा बढ़नी चाहिए हमारे इधर खिलाड़ी जो इंटरनेशनल हो जाता है तो उसको सब चीज मिलती है, मगर ग्रास रूट लेवल पे उसको वो सुविधा नहीं मिल पाती जो उसको बहुत जरूरी है, क्योंकि हमारे एथलीट ग्रास से ही बनते हैं। वो मतलब स्टार्टिंग में उनको अच्छे कोच मिल जाए तो उनको सही गाइडेंस मिल जाती है, क्योंकि हमारे इधर कोच बहुत हैं मगर टैलेंट किलर भी बहुत हैं, जो बच्चों का बचपन में टैलेंट किल करते हैं, तो उनको अच्छा कोच मिलेगा तो वो सही गाइडेंस करेंगे।
The success has once again highlighted the gap in support. The centre has allocated 4,479 crore for all sports, while the BCCI's corpus stands at over 11,346 crore rupees. Despite limited resources, India's athletes continue to deliver medals and glory on the world stage.
मेहनत तो सर बचपन से है कि मेरे को गेम करते हुए अभी 10 साल हो रहा है। 10 सालों के बाद मैं जाके इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट किया हूँ, उधर जाके हम लोग को मेडल आया, तो सालों का मेहनत लगता है सर। हम लोग घर छोड़ के हम लोग हॉस्टल में रहता है, जैसे कि मैं एनसीओ में रहता हूँ कोलकाता साई में, तो घर बार छोड़ के हमें हॉस्टल में रहता पड़ता है।
While cricket searches for answers after another overseas setback, India's athletes have once again shown they deserve greater recognition and even greater investment.
We have news coming in from Nagaland where three Assam Rifle personnel have been martyred in the IED attack. Several others injured after an improvised explosive device struck the convoy in Nagaland's Karkardooma district. The attack took place near Sukhovi village, and to get a major security operation, so the search operation was underway. And first, one soldier was reported killed in action. Now, 3 more reported killed in action as 3 Assam Rifles soldiers have laid down their lives in this IED blast in Nagaland. 3 Assam Rifles personnel, 3 Assam Rifle Jawans martyred in the attack, IED attack in Nagaland, and more injured in this attack as the vehicle was targeted. My colleague Lin Thoi joins us on the broadcast for more. Lin Thoi, tell us more details about the update that is coming in right now from Nagaland.
Yes, so well, the attack took place earlier today near Sokhubi village in Karkardooma district in Nagaland, where an Assam Rifles convoy was targeted with an IED while it was on move. So that was extremely powerful, leaving at least 3 Assam Rifles personnel martyred on the spot. As of now, this is the report that we have got, while several others sustained injuries. Those injured have rushed to the nearby hospital for treatment. Officials also are yet to issue an update on this condition. Immediately after the blast, Assam Rifles and Dimapur Police launched a joint search operation, and security has been intensified across the area as efforts continue to track down these responsibilities. So far, no insurgent outfit has claimed responsibility, and security agencies have not named any group behind the attack. However, an retired army and Kriti Chakra awardee Major Digvijay Singh Rawat has alleged through a post on X that the attack was carried out by the NSC and IM. So he also claimed that this was second IED attack on an Assam Rifles convoy in the district within a week, and alleged that the NS and IM and ULFA have worked together in similar attacks in the past. But it's important to point out that these claims have not been officially confirmed, and investigators are continuing their probe. So this attack is significant for 2 reasons. First, it has in the loss of three Assam Rifles personnel, making it one of the most serious attack on security forces in Nagaland in recent times. And secondly, it comes just days after another IED attack in the same district. And again, also it indicates a worrying pattern and raising fresh concerns over militant activity in the region. And we can also recall the ambush that took place in Ukrul district. So it became a very sensitive zone for the Indian security forces who are.
Linthoy, any updates that you're picking up as far as sources with regards to the search operation that is underway for the hunt for those who are behind this attack? Linthoy, can you hear me? All right, there's some problem with the network there. And viewers, the update is that 3 have been killed. And okay, Linthoy is back with the Linthoy. Any update on the search operation that is underway?
Yeah, search operation is underway, and also to identify and apprehend those behind this deadliest attack. And also, first, it has this attack is very significant for 2 reasons, because it has resulted in the loss of the Assam Rifles personnel, making it one of the most serious attacks in Nagaland and entire Northeast India in recent times. And secondly, it just comes after days another IED attack in the same district, which indicates a worrying pattern and raising a fresh concern about the militant activity in the region. And also, we can also recall about the ambush attack that was carried out in Ukrul district in Manipur. So it makes more sensitive for the Indian security forces who are deployed in the Northeast region to protect the citizen, to look after the citizen. So. They are in a very sensitive moment right now. Back to you.
All right. Linthoy, many thanks for joining us with details coming in, viewers. Just an update for all those who have tuned in. It's one Assam Rifles Jawan who has laid down his life in this IED attack in Nagaland. 4 others are injured previously, and we will keep an update on that situation, of course, as the search operation is also underway in Nagaland. With that, it's a wrap on this edition of Super Prime Time. We'll be right back with the debate at 8 p.m.
Co-powered by Crystal Crop Protection, देश का किसान, देश का हीरो.
AU सेविंग्स अकाउंट में मिलते हैं अमेजिंग बेनिफिट्स, पेपरलेस बैंकिंग एंड हायर इंटरेस्ट, वो भी हर महीने.
मनी 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 एवरी मंथ.
सोच बदलो और बैंक भी.
Rosa podcast wants to know, but I'm seeing a very soft version of Arnab. What did you expect? A mad guy shouting at the screen. I can't shut up. As debater, or I'm a crazy debater. Facts everyone has, but I have brought back opinion into journalism because they didn't have the guts. I had the guts, I had the freedom, I had the intellect. I gave it my best shot. I still do it. There's no sense of how much money you want to make. No, it was always how much can you do. I used to be really proud seeing my father in uniform. I realized my father was doing something greater than his own job. If you were to again go back and look at from where you started as a journalist, so much. A junior Rahul would have spoken to a junior Arnab. Which Rahul?
एक घटना है, यही घटनास्थल भी आया हूँ. जो रात में घटना घटी उसमें महिला घर में अकेली थी। हाँ, रात में 2-3 बजे की घटना है। मैं यही घटनास्थल भी आया हूँ। जो रात में घटना घटी उसमें महिला घर में अकेली थी। उसके बच्चे बाहर थे। पति उसका जो है डेथ हो गई है। उसके घर में 2-3 बजे के आसपास कुछ लोग घुसे, 5-6 लोग बता रहे हैं, और उसमें जो है उनके साथ उनके घर में पूरी सर्च किया, उसका सामान चांदी उंदी लिए हैं, और उसके साथ बलात्कार की घटना भी किया गया है। साथ ही कोई उसमें उसके इंटरनल पार्ट में इंजरी है, जिससे लगता है कोई मटेरियल वगैरह कुछ उसके साथ जो है प्रयास किया गया है। इसके बारे में पूरी जानकारी डॉक्टर से ली जा रही है, और इसमें उसको भी इंदौर रेफर किया गया है। महिला को वहाँ उनके इलाज के लिए रेफर किया गया है, तो पूरा ख्याल रखा जा रहा है। बाकी हम लोग पूरी टीम यहाँ पे जो है हमारी लगी है। एफएसएल की टीम भी आई है, हमारे जो फिंगरप्रिंट की टीम भी है, हमारे साइबर प्लस जो हमारे आसपास के थाने की टीम यहाँ पे आ गई है। इनको मैंने पूरा जल्दी से जल्दी, मतलब 24 घंटे 28 घंटे के अंदर में पकड़ को निकालने का प्रयास किया जाएगा पुलिस की तरफ से।
सर, पुलिस ने अभी तक कोई धारा में कार्रवाई की है?
हाँ, पुलिस इसमें जो है क्योंकि आदमी इसमें 5-6 बताया।
First time when I saw Dharamji, I was completely flabbergasted. And then he also smiled and said, "ये बड़ी चंगी कुड़ी है." And then I always thought कि if I marry, I must marry somebody like him.
Is it true that you completely fell in love with him when you saw him dance to that?
Completely fell in love क्या होता है?
I don't know. I don't know.
Love तो love होता है ना?
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
आलू चाट या फ्रूट चाट,
स्वाद बनाए चमकी चाट।
क्या बात है?
स्वादिष्ट पकोड़े और परेशान, अरे चमकी चाट है इसकी जान।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
पापा
सॉरी यार, गलती हो गई है। ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा।
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा।
छक्का?
सब कैशलेस हो गया है। हाँ,
ला भाई मेरा बैट। वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू।
जो डिस्चार्ज हुआ यार।
बैट किसका है?
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है।
थोड़े में ज्यादा स्वाद, यही तो है इसकी खास बात। वाओ मामा, क्या स्वाद है? अरे मेरे राजा,
Karkardooma मैनुअल वाइंडिंग 4 लोगों के पास है ये।
कुछ इससे भी अनोखा।
कमला पसंद, सिर्फ एक अनोखा स्वाद। कमला पसंद पान मसाला। चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट।
अब बताओ, स्वाद आया?
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
आर प्योर शाही पनीर मसाला, डिलीशियस, हेल्दी एवरीडे।
चमकी चाट से क्या बना है?
सैंडविच, लस्सी और छाछ।
हर घूंट में चमकी चाट। ड्राई फ्रूट और दही बड़े।
चमकी चाट से स्वाद बढ़े।
असली स्वाद सिर्फ चमकी चाट।
की घटना है। मैं यही घटनास्थल भी आया हूँ। जो रात में घटना घटी उसमें महिला घर में अकेली थी। हाँ, रात में 2-3 बजे की घटना है। मैं यही घटनास्थल भी आया हूँ। जो रात में घटना घटी उसमें
Vadra Gandhi is missing in action again. Where did he go? Who did he meet? Even own party can't contact Rahul Gandhi. Debating tonight at 8:30 p.m.
Presenting by Zoho Business Software, trusted by 15 crore users.
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for the debate.
The show tonight, they killed Ankit Sharma. The Delhi riots, Tahir Hussain, the former Aam Aadmi Party leader, once a poster boy of Kejriwal's party, convicted. Rahul Gandhi missing again. The BJP says he's MIA from Wayanad, which is struggling post the landslides and the tragedy. His sister, the sitting MP, also missing. And as Indian cricketers get that drubbing in England, once again, as they get a whitewash in UK, it's our athletes who are making India proud. Once again, our athletes in China with a gold haul in the under-23 Asia.
All right, welcome friends. It's Niranjan and me filling in for Editor-in-Chief Arnab Goswami tonight. He's back tomorrow. And our focus story, judgment coming in and justice finally delivered to the former IB officer Ankit Sharma, who was killed during Delhi riots in the northeast Delhi that happened in 2020. There was a massive conspiracy behind those riots. And this is first of the judgments coming in which former AAP councillor, leader of the Aam Aadmi Party at that time, Tahir Hussain, has been convicted. The amount of punishment is yet to come, but Tahir, along with 10 others, have been found to be guilty of the murder of Ankit Sharma. They waylaid him, they dragged him, and the mob then lynched him. Stabbed him 51 times as per the post-mortem report and killed him and then threw his body in a drain. It was the murder most foul, the most gruesome murder perhaps of Delhi at that time during that mob violence. But what is important is, friends, Niranjan, that these might just be the foot soldiers because the larger conspiracy case is still on, and that's the reason why we are debating it tonight, whether the prosecution, with this success in getting these accused convicted, is a step closer to nailing the conspiracy that aimed not just at creating communal discord in the country, but perhaps, remember it was on the eve of the visit of Donald Trump in his first term as US President, whether this was aimed at tarnishing the image of the country in the eyes of the world.
Abhishek, we clearly remember when the story broke out and the visuals that came in, it was Republic that spotted Tahir Hussain on that terrace. Tahir Hussain, when you look at the pictures and maybe we can run those visuals, you saw him on the terrace, that image of him wearing a red sweater, leading a mob, throwing Molotovs, throwing stones from the terrace of a residential building. That was a turning point in the case. And like you mentioned, the larger conspiracy was out there. Now, the larger conspiracy, look at the kind of people involved. You had a sitting Aam Aadmi Party leader. He was a poster boy, by the way, for Arvind Kejriwal's party. Tahir Hussain was a poster boy. And the Aam Aadmi Party initially defended him. Let's accept it, they defended him. But in the meeting for the Delhi riots, you have people like Yogendra Yadav, you have people who were linked with the NAC during the UPA era who were part of the planning on the conspiracy. And we've shown videos of Sharjeel Imam, Umar Khalid, all played a very critical role in organizing these riots. The idea was simple, like you said, of course, to try and tarnish India's image. Second, the element of regime change, the fact that it happened in Delhi, you can't discount that. But here's the story, ladies and gentlemen. And you had that iconic picture. It's a very disturbing picture, but that image tells you of his hand right outside the drain when they were trying to take his body out. Stabbed 51 times, that was Ankit Sharma, an IB official, and stabbed by then Aam Aadmi Party leader, officially Aam Aadmi Party back then, Tahir Hussain. Here's the story.
Six years after the Delhi riots, a Delhi court has convicted former AAP councillor Tahir Hussain and 4 others for brutal murder of IB officer Ankit Sharma. Tahir Hussain has been convicted under sections 188, 153A, 147, 148, 149A, 365 and 302 of the IPC.
आज एक बात बहुत स्पष्ट हुई कोर्ट में, जब कोर्ट के एविडेंस सामने लाए गए और बयान सामने लाए गए कि किस तरह से ताहिर हुसैन ने अपने पास वेपन भी रखे थे, उन्होंने मॉब को इंस्टिगेट भी किया था, उन्होंने अंकित जो एक आईबी का अफसर था उस पर अटैक कराने के लिए भी कहा और अंत में उसका कत्लेआम करवाया.
The former AAP councillor has been found guilty of promoting enmity between two different groups on grounds of religion, race, rioting while armed with a deadly weapon, kidnapping or abducting with intent to secretly and wrongfully confine a person, and most serious of them all, murder.
In this case, basically, 5 persons is convicted, 6 persons is acquitted, and still we have not received the copy of the judgment, so I cannot say what is the consideration taken by the court and what is the consideration which was not taken by the court. So right now 5 persons has been convicted. I will definitely file the appeal, it is no doubt, but now after getting the judgment, we will go through the judgment, then I will file the appeal in this case.
The judge has also convicted 4 others, namely Javed, Anas, Nazim and Qasim, in connection with the crime. Amid the chaos of the 2020 Delhi riots, 26-year-old intelligence officer Ankit Sharma went missing. Days later, his body was recovered from a drain bearing multiple stab injuries. The gruesome killing became one of the defining images of violence that was carried out in the capital. Post-mortem report revealed 51 injuries caused due to sharp weapons.
दिल्ली दंगे में सड़कों को बंद करके घेर के हिंदुओं को मारने का और बाद में जबरदस्ती पलायन करवाने का एक प्लान बनाया गया था और उसी के रूप में दिल्ली दंगे किए गए थे. ताहिर हुसैन का दोष आज सिद्ध हो गया है. नौजवान आईबी ऑफिसर अंकित शर्मा बेगुनाह निरपराध जिनको मार के काट के लाश को नाले में फेंक दिया गया था.
6 years following the brutal killing, the perpetrators of one of the most disturbing incidents of the 2020 Delhi riots have finally been brought to justice.
Okay, so joining us on the debate this evening are Radhika Kheda, national spokesperson of the BJP, MR Venkatesh, political analyst, Ratan Charda, he's an author, joining us live from Mumbai, Parvinder Singh Sethi, he's an analyst, political analyst who leans towards the Aam Aadmi Party, backs Aam Aadmi Party basically. Talha Amir Rashadi is a spokesperson of the Rashtriya Ulema Council, and Nikhil Jain leans towards the Congress Party. Let me start with Parvinder Singh Sethi. Parvinder Singh ji, Aam Aadmi Party leader, former Aam Aadmi Party leader Tahir Hussain has been convicted. He was your party leader when the crime happened. he was your party councillor when Ankit Sharma was murdered. So it is safe to say then Aam Aadmi Party leader Tahir Hussain murdered him when he was still an Aam Aadmi Party leader, right? So that effectively you can say Aam Aadmi Party leader murdered Ankit Sharma. You'll have tried to distance from him, but you can't distance anymore. It's confirmed now.
नहीं देखिए, जो ताहिर हुसैन आम आदमी पार्टी के काउंसलर रहे हैं और आज कोर्ट ने उनको कन्विक्ट कराया और आगे अपील की भी बात है। और ये जो जजमेंट है, मैं ये कहता हूं कि जो पार्टी के अंदर बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं जो कोई इंडिविजुअली क्या करता है, क्या होता है, ये इसका कंट्रोल पार्टी के अंदर नहीं होता। जिस तरह आप बड़ी बड़ी पार्टी में देखो, सबसे ज्यादा क्रिमिनल बैकग्राउंड के लोग भारतीय जनता पार्टी में है। मैं तो बार बार हर प्लेटफॉर्म पे ये कहता हूं कि जो क्रिमिनल बैकग्राउंड, आप इस बात को तय करिए कि जो बेसिक क्वालिफिकेशन हो, जो काउंसलर है, जो एमएलए है, या जो मेंबर पार्लियामेंट है, वो होनी चाहिए। और जिसके ऊपर भी कोई कोर्ट केस है, कोई कन्विक्शन है, उसको राजनीति में नहीं लाया जाना चाहिए।
जैसे अमानतुल्लाह खान।
नहीं, मैं वही बात कर रहा हूं। ये एक सिस्टम है, सभी पार्टियों के अंदर है। लेकिन जिस प्रकार उनका अपना वर्डिक्ट है कि भी मेरे को पुलिस ने पहले हटा दिया गया था वहां से, जहां पे था, मैं वहां पे प्रेजेंट ही नहीं था, उनका कन्विक्ट है। लेकिन लोअर कोर्ट इन्फ्लुएंस्ड होता है और उन्होंने कन्विक्ट करा, तो उसके उनकी जो जजमेंट है उसको हम करते हैं कि वो अपील में भी।
M.R. Venkatesh, you know, this is a pro-op voice, and he believes that the lower courts are compromised, and that's why this verdict.
Now see, when you said it is the former Aam Aadmi Party leader, whether the former was an appellation for the party or for the leader, I didn't know. Because Aam Aadmi Party, which began as an anarchist party, has found its logical conclusion in murder of an IB officer. What did you expect of these lumpen elements? They were there to do all this mischief and riots and anarchy, create anarchy. This was what their object was. I've been time and again telling that these bloody guys were never part of the constitution. They were out there to create mischief. And look at it, they chose the place, they chose the timing when we had a foreign dignitary there, and to create chaos, a constitutional crisis. And that was the purpose on which these lumpen elements were there doing in Delhi. And I'm very glad that the lower courts have seen through it. But I am slightly disappointed that the needle of suspicion or the conspiracy which pointed out to a larger conspiracy where greater number of people were involved have not yet been unearthed. There are information in the public domain which suggests various names जो हम हिंदी में बोलते हैं संगीन नाम है और इस संगीन जुर्म से जुड़े हुए हैं. They are not being targeted by the agencies. I hope the probe agencies will take this matter to a logical conclusion and bring them to book.
We have a lot of these names and pictures, and we will pull that out in the next 5 minutes, right? Nikhil Jain, you know, there is a certain Yogendra Yadav, right? He was there. Harsh Mandar. Harsh Mandar was part of UPA. He was officially employed by the UPA, given a role. Part of NAC. By Sonia Gandhi's
anarchy group. Call them the anarchy group.
Yes. Now, the thing is, it was a political conspiracy. And you have to be shameless to defend a person like Harsh Mandar, to defend a person like Yogendra Yadav, to defend a person like Tahir Hussain. Right? Nikhil Jain, you're sitting in Delhi. An IB officer was killed. I think you should start by apologizing on behalf of your party, the Congress, and also on behalf of Aam Aadmi Party for what happened to Ankit Sharma. It was a political plot. It's confirmed now.
And whose political plot was it? Whose minister was it that the court had directed for the lodging of an FIR against, whose incendiary speeches right before the riots led to the cause of the riots? So far as I know, one of the Delhi courts had ordered for an FIR against Kapil Mishra, the same very minister of the Delhi government whose statement you were playing right now.
Did Kapil Mishra throw stones? 1 minute. 1 minute. Did Kapil Mishra stab Ankit Sharma 51 times, 52 times?
Listen.
Did Kapil Mishra, 1 minute, did Kapil Mishra stab Ankit Sharma 52 times? Did Kapil Mishra stab? 1 minute, I was in the newsroom when this happened. I know how it started. It started with stone pelting.
I was in the city when this happened. I could not go home when this happened. I live in Delhi.
So don't distort facts.
I could not go.
Don't distort facts.
Go home.
Don't distort facts.
I could not go home.
Don't distort facts.
Nikhil, you could not go home. The BJP, let's not do that.
Nikhil,
see, I don't have any problems condemning this Aam Aadmi Party leader who's been convicted. He should be convicted, thrown in jail, and he should face the wrath of the law, as should Kapil Mishra. The problem is when.
What about Yogendra Yadav and Harsh Mandar? Yogendra Yadav and Harsh Mandar, they were in campuses.
How is Harsh Mandar and Yogendra Yadav linked to any of this? Have they been convicted?
There were videos of them inciting students.
From the Aam Aadmi Party, the person against whom there's an FIR is from the BJP, but you are only interested in giving cover fire to the BJP. 21 people died in these riots.
Has BJP, 1 minute, has BJP leader been convicted for the murder of Ankit Sharma? 1 minute, why are you trying to twist facts here? Why are you twisting facts here? Has BJP leader, did Kapil Mishra, 1 minute, did Kapil Mishra go to his terrace? Did Kapil Mishra wearing a red sweater go to his terrace and throw molotovs and stones at the police? Is that Kapil Mishra? Is that Kapil Mishra on the terrace?
Did Kejriwal do that? Did anybody from the Congress
Kejriwal's blue-eyed boy did that.
Aam Aadmi Party MLA do that?
Kejriwal's blue-eyed boy do that. Radhika Kheda will tell you. Radhika Kheda was a former Congress leader.
Let me complete my point.
Radhika Kheda is a former Congress leader. You ask her, no? You ask her. She was in Delhi, I'm guessing, when the Delhi riots happened in Congress party.
With the Congress anymore. No, but one very important thing, Niranjan. 21 people died in these riots. 21 Indians, 15 Muslims, 6 Hindus. We are talking about the death of one. We are talking about one political leader from a certain party who was involved. We are not talking about another political leader from a certain party who was also involved. Let's not give this sort of cover fire. The riots were obviously wrong.
First of all, don't whitewash facts. It's not 21 people or 22 people. 53 people died. Please stop it. 53 people died. Okay.
1st of April 2025 report by the Hindu is giving the figure.
Yeah.
March 10th of
Stop
March
reading the Hindu. Stop reading the Hindu first of all. And outdated articles on the
Swarajya magazine.
Whatever it is, because are you
RSS WhatsApp?
See, it's completely stupid of you to say that only 20 died when 53 have died. Radhika Kheda. I'm handing it to Radhika Kheda. You proved my point, by the way, Radhika Kheda.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you are.
Good evening to everyone. I'm astonished by the way the Congress leader or supporter, whoever he is actually defending what has happened and trying to take the blame away and trying to change the entire narrative of the debate and trying to change the subject of the debate by trying and wanting to protect Tahir Hussain. And we all know why the Congress and the Aam Aadmi Party or the Samajwadi Party or the Hindi Thakbandhan does that. Because that is their vote bank that they are protecting. Now let us stop hiding behind political euphemism today on this channel. What happened in Chand Bagh on 25th February 2020 was not an organic riot. It was a cold-blooded, meticulously planned communal massacre. Today, the Karkardooma court has officially designated Aam Aadmi Party's councillor, then Tahir Hussain, as a murderer under the section 302 of the IPC. And let's look at the chilling, unvarnished facts that the court validated today. Ankit Sharma, 26-year-old IB staffer, he didn't just die. The court records and post-mortem reveal he was abducted, dragged by Tahir Hussain's death squad, and subjected to demonic butchery. Now, 51 injuries, mutilated by sharp-edged weapons, smashed with blunt force, thrown into a filthy drain like garbage. And the court has explicitly established that Tahir Hussain was not a bystander. The court has also observed that he acted as the chief instigator. And he was the one who actually made the bloodthirsty mob go after him and commanded them not to spare Hindus. I repeat, not to spare Hindus. This was targeted execution, which Mr. Nikhil, the Congress leader over here, is trying to protect, trying to defend.
No, I'm
and
not.
And my direct charge tonight is against Mr. Rizal. Please don't speak over me. I can speak over you, sir. Maintain the dignity.
Radhika, I never
don't speak over me. You speak over your turn. Is this how you behave in court, Mr. Nikhil? Don't. Please.
No, Nikhil has a habit of speaking over others. Nikhil, don't do that, no?
I don't speak over anyone. I can't do that.
What is with Radhika's habit of twisting what I said? I never predicted Tahir Hussain.
You can speak in your turn, sir.
Why would I?
No, because you protected Tahir Hussein's aides. Please stop it. You did protect Tahir Hussain. His accomplices.
I am raising questions on Kapil Mishra, whom you are trying to protect. I don't know.
This debate is not about Kapil Mishra. Kapil Mishra has not been convicted in court. Please stay quiet, man. Nikhil, don't twist it. No, Nikhil.
In any case, Nikhil.
Have some. Yeah.
Listen, you were stuck somewhere, but as good journalists, we were there on the ground. I personally visited this spot. We covered those riots.
Yes.
I was there on the ground. I visited the exact spot from where the body of Ankit Mishra was found. I went into those alleys and I saw the anatomy of Delhi riots. Those could not. Radhika is right there. Those were not like they. There was conspiracy element to it for which there is a separate case going on.
Nobody is denying that.
And so who planned that? Look at this. Look at this. Now, just one observation. I'm just being factual
how many Hindus died? How many Muslims died? How many mosques were burned?
I'm just being factual because you brought in the Hindu-Muslim angle. You brought in the Hindu.
We'll do a caste census of the dead body now. Caste census karo, dead body ka. Dead body ka caste census karo.
Nikhil, you brought in the Hindu-Muslim angle. You brought in the Hindu-Muslim angle. Now listen what the order says.
How will you not bring a Hindu-Muslim angle?
Listen what the order says. Okay, fine. Listen what the order says.
He said, don't spare Hindus. It's on record.
Okay, listen.
Who said use those words? Not to
Radhika, let me quote from the judgment.
So obviously it is a Hindu-Muslim riot. You had Muslim perpetrators like Tahir Hussain. You had Hindu perpetrators like a Kapil Mishra.
No, 1 minute. Yogendra Yadav was not a Muslim. Please stop it. 1 minute. Hello.
Zero. How many mosques burned?
Hold on. Hey. Nikhil. You can't get away with this trash, okay? Yogendra Yadav is not Muslim. Yogendra Yadav is not a Muslim, as far as I know. Okay, I think he's not a Muslim. I don't know because he's part of the exactly. If you don't know, listen. If you don't know, you listen. If you don't know, you listen. Don't make it about Hindu-Muslim rights. I'm going to Ratan Sharda.
Nikhil, don't filibuster this. Listen. I'm just quoting. I go to Ratan Sharda, but I'm just quoting from the judgment. The additional sessions judge, his name is Pulastya Pramachala. He has said in this conviction order that is Tahir Hussain, instigated the mob when Ankit came forward towards this mob. The conspiracy need not be specific to kill Ankit. When the accused persons were acting in pursuance to a conspiracy and common object to kill Hindus, it covered killing of Ankit as well for the reasons that Ankit was killed because he was a Hindu. Remember, it was not written on his name that he was Ankit Sharma. Anyone could have been dragged. It so happened that it was Ankit and he was dragged and killed.
Contesting that, I agree with that. This is a Hindu-Muslim riot, so you had Muslim perpetrators.
Nikhil, 1 minute, let him speak. It's his turn. It's his turn, Nikhil.
They have friends like Mr. Jain who are digging their own grave by justifying murderers, by justifying rioters. Okay, I'll talk of Kapil Sharma. He wants to talk about Kapil Sharma. What did Kapil Sharma ask?
Listen to what Kapil Sharma said, Nikhil.
They will come to,
I could have given the quote of Kapil Sharma, which you want to quote, but then you would have said, I am providing cover fire, but now it's Ratan Sharda quoting Kapil Sharma. Listen to him.
Listen to me. Please ask him to keep quiet. He's been
okay, go ahead, Mr. Sharda.
If Kapil Sharma made such a statement, Mr. Hussain got so upset that he put stones on the terrace, he put a catapult, he pulled all the acid bulbs because Kapil Sharma said clear the roads. Are you justifying this riotous behavior, this killing, cold-blooded killing, highly crude killing because somebody said that clear the roads? Is this a justification? Aren't you ashamed? Aren't you ashamed that 53 people lost their lives? Aren't you ashamed that CA was made an excuse to create a riotous situation? Everybody knows the investigation say the plot was hatched during CA agitation in Chand Bagh. There are WhatsApp messages. So when WhatsApp messages go during the agitation, which is supposed to be peaceful, to save the constitution, to save Muslims who are not at all linked to any kind of CA.
1 minute, Nikhil, can you please not speak over him? Nikhil, do one thing if you want to speak. Nikhil, if you want to remove your...
That even on this place, we are whatabouting about a person who is playing criminal? Is this the logic of your thought? that somebody says cut off India's chicken neck and he's a freedom fighter?
Exactly.
That he has voice of freedom? Why are you putting him in the jail? Then you come and defend them also?
Next level of
we don't need enemies in the country. They are sitting inside on the TV rooms defending those people who are out to create riot, who are out to break India, and who deliberately planned the entire riot.
Nikhil, don't monopolize this debate. We are halfway through. Don't monopolize. We have to get in Tala Rashidi also. We have to get Parminder back. Okay, we have to get Amal Venkatesh again. And I want to go to Tala now.
At least keep respect for the profession.
Mr. Shahada, you are listening and
वो भी था गुनाहगार, वो भी गुनाहगार था. आपने उसको लिया, आपने उसको बनाया, आपने डिफेंड किया. हर टीवी शो पे आके डिफेंड कर रहे थे कि ताहिर ने कुछ नहीं कहा, मासूम था, वो तो बचाने निकला था. Today when this convicted serious and wonderful job,
Nikhil, I'll tell you. Nikhil, do one thing. Nikhil, if you have this habit of speaking, Nikhil, if you really want to speak, if you want to keep speaking continuously, 1 minute, Nikhil. See, Nikhil, there are two options. Either we reduce your audio or you reduce your own audio. Okay, if you're on Zoom, put yourself on mute. Put yourself on mute and then keep talking, no problem.
Acid bulbs, stones, catapult, guns and knives because somebody gave a speech. What stopped me from giving a speech? Is the answer stone and kniving for a speech? Or the right not much more
Tala. 1 minute.
Much before that?
Yeah, I'll tell you. Ratan Sharda, now they will say. No, now Tala will tell us that Tahir Hussain never confessed. He will say Tahir Hussain never confessed meeting Umar Khalid.
The best lawyers, who will pay for it? That is my question today. They will go to the best, most expensive lawyers to save these criminals. And they will say,
Sharjil Imam,
that is how they behave.
But they can pay for
Even
anyone.
if someone guilty, you will first say he is not guilty. You have no faith in judiciary, you have no faith in police, you have no faith in any investigation. भैया अपना शरिया कोर्ट चला लो फिर. यही चाहते ना.
RSS का कोर्ट मनुवाद का कोर्ट चलाएंगे. हाँ, मनुवाद चलेगा. देश मनुवाद से चलेगा.
Hello. We're talking about the 1 minute. Tala. No, 1 minute. Tala, please. 1 minute. 1 minute. Tala ji. आप थोड़ा आज ना. Ankit Sharma. Hello. This is not about your ideology. Hello.
I have been listening to you guys. If you can allow me to speak for 20 seconds, 26 seconds, I can say something.
Mr. Sharda, let Tala speak. We'll come back to you. We have enough time. We'll come back to you. Okay, Tala.
Come here and start bullshitting around like this.
Everyone has seen who was butchering in the Delhi riots and who got the benefit of it.
So CBI is also wrong. Courts are also wrong. People who witnessed, that is also wrong. The schools were emptied, they were also wrong. Only you have the right to defend
Kapil Shah. That is what you can do because you need to get support from the government of the day.
So government will be blamed.
Now,
police will be blamed.
Okay, let Tala speak. Ratan Sharda, give him 20 seconds. He's asked for 20 seconds. Give him 20 seconds.
Who planned the riots?
20 seconds. Okay, 20 seconds starts now, Tala.
Sir, my only take is that no one should object if Tahir Hussain has been convicted on the basis of evidence. But the question here is larger than one individual or a few individuals. Justice demands accountability for everyone. It's irrespective of the pollen.
We lost you there.
The allegations regarding inflammatory.
अरे चेहरा तो सीधा कर लो इतने खोए हुए.
Tala, can you? Okay, yes. Now please go ahead, Tala.
अच्छा आपको मेरे चेहरे से इतनी मोहब्बत है मुझे नहीं पता था आप मेरा चेहरा देखना चाहते हैं इतनी मोहब्बत है
Go ahead. Tala, make your point.
Tala, make your point. You're wasting time, man.
The point is the allegations regarding inflammatory speeches by political leaders like Kapil Mishra, whose statement was being played on the channel. That's the bigotry of next level. That Kapil Mishra, Delhi court had ordered FIR to be filed against Kapil Mishra. But what happened to that? Selective justice only did.
Doesn't FIR is equal to murdering people? Injury, riots, that is what you're saying?
About the FIR that should have been filed against Kapil Mishra, he should have been convicted. But Kapil Mishra is being portrayed as the hero of the day.
Guns or pistols.
I think
puts in the police and he becomes hero.
I think we have to structure this. You see, Tala, Kapil Mishra court observation was more in the nature of a restraining order. Because Kapil Mishra...
Sir, please...
Kapil Mishra is not accused of UAPA.
Kapil Mishra
is not accused of 302 or the erstwhile 302.
At least don't defend Kapil Mishra, who openly gave an inflammatory speech and instigated the Delhi violence. Everyone
okay, Tala, okay. For the sake of argument, for the sake of debate, let's agree rather that Kapil Mishra, there should have been an FIR against Kapil Mishra for inflammatory speech, right? For hate speech. That's what the court order was. Now, how are you bringing in a hate speech and equating it with murder, for God's sake?
Yes.
Tahir Hussein's conviction is for murder.
I accept that. Did I ever defend Tahir Hussain? No, I didn't.
Thank you.
I only said that justice should not be selective.
Okay, thank you so much. No, good that you concede. You see, now, let's have the more constructive, give more constructive direction to this debate then, M.R. Venkatesh.
See, selective justice deepens the public distrust in the justice system.
Yes, I began in fact by saying that even if Tahir Hussain was or is an Aam Aadmi Party leader, I don't know, but he, at the end of it, remains an executioner at that time. He has been absolved of conspiracy charges. There is a larger conspiracy case going on, 6 years plus, and the topmost court of the country has refused giving bail to the key conspirators, including Sharjeel Imam and Umar Khalid, M.R. Venkatesh. So obviously, and courts at all levels, from the Sessions Court to the High Court to the Supreme Court, have found prima facie evidence of conspiracy, of mobilization, of planning to break CCTV cameras before the mobs appeared, of carrying out targeted mob lynchings and violence, and that case is still on. And the fact that the Supreme Court also has not given bail shows that they find some merit in the evidence that the prosecution has marshaled till date. M.R. Venkatesh, so the next step should be to get the key conspirators convicted.
Absolutely. And the list is very, very small in my view. And that I will personally feel that given the level of conspiracy, it did not stop with this lallus and panjus. It did have handlers who were both available within Delhi, outside of Delhi, nationally, internationally, and those people must also be brought to book. This was not an ordinary riot between a Hindu and a Muslim. This was orchestrated, well planned, well executed, with powers that be giving all sort of powers and firepower to the players. So let us not look at it as another riot, and it could not have been triggered by the FIR or a statement of Kapil Mishra. It was deeply planned, and if that be the case, tomorrow shall I go with a gun or a knife and murder somebody just because I did not like the statement made by you, sir? Should I take a gun, and if that is the answer for what you are saying, that a statement will be provocative enough, that I will go to the next mohalla and try to kill people. And this was not ordinary killing. 52 people died. And you are now counting the 52 people as Hindus and Muslims. That shows the level to which you are degenerated. Your politics has degenerated. That is the level to which even the cops are given religious attribution. And you count the cops not as cops, but you try to look at it as a Hindu and a Muslim. That is the fall of this entire politics, which is deplorable.
Yeah.
Shame on you guys. The shame on you guys that you are converting a national disaster, a riot, into something that you are trying to say that this was triggered by this statement and that statement. We should all welcome
in fact, MR, there is...
We should also urge the investigating agencies to go forward and knock off those people who are behind this conspiracy. And early conviction of those large conspirators is a must, is a sine qua non that must follow this conviction.
So there is also, some videos that we have with us that tell you, because Talha, according to you, Talha is there? Okay, Talha, I think we lost the line, right? There is a person called Sharjeel Imam, Abhishek, and we have an 8-minute video of Sharjeel Imam talking about how they will cut off the Northeast, etc. Now, what a big conspiracy this was. And we have that video. I wanted to show that video to Talha, but he's run away before I could do that. I see Radhika's raising her hand. Yes, Radhika.
You know, what we saw right now by Nikhil, Mr. Nikhil is
he's run away. Nikhil and they both run away.
Yeah, because they played the most predictable card in their playbook to distract the audience, like I said. Because now that they're not here, but I must point this out, it was not Kapil Mishra who stood on Tahir Hussein's roof with a stockpile of acid bombs. His multi-story rooftop was structurally converted into a military-grade terror launchpad, fortified with crates of stones, petrol bombs, and acid projectiles. Did Kapil Mishra lead a lynch mob to abduct a 26-year-old IB officer? Did Kapil Mishra stab Ankit Sharma 50 times and throw his body into a drain? No. Today, the Karkardooma court has delivered a verdict which is based on forensic evidence, post-mortem reports, eyewitness and testimonies. Now, I really want to, put my direct charge tonight against Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, the high command of the Aam Aadmi Party. The Delhi riots were an institutional conspiracy engineered by him, by the Aam Aadmi Party, because Tahir Hussain didn't act alone. He was a sitting AAP public representative. And when all this happened, Arvind Kejriwal went on record to defend him. He was shielded by Arvind Kejriwal personally. And Arvind Kejriwal released a video and he demanded proof, while his entire ecosystem of urban Naxals ran a PR campaign to paint this killer as a victim. Today, the judiciary has shoved those facts down Aam Aadmi Party's throat. Tahir Hussain was weeping in the courtroom today because his political godfathers could no longer protect him. The Aam Aadmi Party stands exposed as an enterprise of rioters and murderers. Arvind Kejriwal has no moral right to even remain in public.
His political godfather is in...
State apology to the family.
His political godfather is now interested in Ayodhya. You see, times have changed.
Punjab, everywhere. Just imagine what...
From Delhi riots, he's gone.
In Punjab just before
He's becoming the icon. I mean, he's...
Sethi, and the fact that Arvind Kejriwal had to ultimately sack Tahir Hussain was in a way a mea culpa, admission that Tahir Hussain is involved and that he is a political liability. So you cannot say that we should talk about other leaders, we should form laws, rules. The Aam Aadmi Party actually, kicked out Tahir Hussain. So obviously there is no question whatsoever of owning him up. Or are you doing that?
देखिए सबसे पहले तो मैं आपको एक बात कहना चाहता हूं तो I strongly condemn the riots and strongly condemn the murder of Ankit Sharma, जिस तरह से उनका ब्रूचली मर्डर हुआ है, जिसने भी करा उसको सजा मिलनी चाहिए। लेकिन मैं ये कहना चाहता हूं कि अगर हमारे देश के अंदर रॉयट्स होते हैं और हमारी सरकारों का जो है एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव फेलियर है, हमारे गृह मंत्री क्या कर रहे हैं? अगर हमारे देश की भारतीय जनता पार्टी चाहती है कि इस व्यक्ति को न्याय मिले तो उस व्यक्ति को न्याय मिलेगा। वो चाहती है यहाँ पे रॉयट्स हो तो यहाँ रॉयट्स होंगे, यहाँ मणिपुर का इंसिडेंट होगा तो यहाँ मणिपुर का इंसिडेंट होगा। तो ये बड़ा
वेरी फनी आर्ग्यूमेंट
है। और यहाँ के अंदर मैं 10 सेकंड की बात करना चाहता हूँ। हमारे देश के अंदर मीडिया रिफॉर्म्स लाने की जरूरत है। हमारे देश के अंदर पुलिस रिफॉर्म्स लाने।
क्या मीडिया रिफॉर्म्स चाहिए आपको सर? एक मिनट लेके, क्या मीडिया रिफॉर्म्स चाहिए आपको?
मीडिया रिफॉर्म्स की आप सरकारों की बातें करते हैं। आप जब किसी, अभी मैं बताऊं, अभी सतलुज मूवी है ये, जिसके अंदर 25,000 इनोसेंट्स की किलिंग हुई है, जो जसवंत सिंह खालड़ा के ऊपर है। आप केरला फाइल्स बनती है, कश्मीर फाइल्स बनती है, बंगाल फाइल्स बनती है, लेकिन एक फिल्म आती है जिसके अंदर एक जो सोशल व्यक्ति है जिसने विद प्रूफ ये प्रूफ करा कि जो 25,000 लोगों को मार दिया गया, उनको जला दिया गया, उनके एविडेंस प्रोवाइड करे गए, उस व्यक्ति का मर्डर हो जाता है।
नहीं, मीडिया का उसका लेना देना क्या है? मीडिया का लेना देना क्या है? बात क्या, व्हाट इज ही टॉकिंग?
मीडिया का लेना देना ये है कि अगर मीडिया सिर्फ सरकार की चाटुकारिता करती है, अपोजिशन की, गरीब आदमी की, करप्शन की, लॉ की।
अरे भाई साहब, आप लेक्चर बंद कीजिए। आप थोड़ा गलत सब्जेक्ट पे दे रहे हैं।
भाषण दे रहे हैं, मुझे तो पूछने दीजिए।
बंद कर दीजिए आप।
क्या 25,000 की फिगर आपकी फिगर है?
नहीं, ये क्या आप
रतन शारदा से लेक्चर दे रहे हैं सतलुज
का सच मानते हैं? आप मानते हैं कि वो शहीद थे, बाकी जिनको 37,000 लोगों को मार दिया उनकी जान की कदर नहीं थी? जो हिंदू सिखों को मार दिया उनकी कोई गिनती नहीं थी। आपका कहना कि दूध के धुले थे खालड़ा, जो कि खालिस्तान के गुणगान करते थे, भिंडरावाला का गुणगान करते थे, 25,000 की फिर कह दिया, आप दोहरा रहे हो। आपको शर्म आनी चाहिए कि आप कैसे झूठ को लगातार सच बचाने की कोशिश कर रहे हो। आप सारे यहाँ डिबेट को साइडलाइन कर रहे हो। सतलज की डिबेट हो चुकी और हो जाएगी, हमने भी लिखा है। अगर आप में दम है तो आप बताइए कि 25,000 के आपके प्रूफ है क्या? नहीं है तो लोगों को गुमराह क्यों कर रहे हैं, क्यों भड़का रहे हैं भावनाएं,
आपको
क्यों आप बातें कर रहे थी?
आपका पंजाब की
कांग्रेस सरकार थी, हमने फिर भी उसका हमने कहा कि कांग्रेस सरकार हम राष्ट्र के भले के लिए हमने कंडेम किया हर बार जब भी वहां पर हमला हुआ, जब भी कांग्रेस लीडर मारे गए, संख्या लोग मारे गए। आप तो खेलते हैं पॉलिटिक्स, आप में दम नहीं कि पंजाब के अंदर
पंजाब के बारे में आपको क्या पता है? आप इतना ज्ञान दे रहे हैं, आप इतना ज्ञान दे रहे हैं तो भगवंत मान को ज्ञान देना था ना आपको, भगवंत मान को ज्ञान देना था। सैक्रिलेज जब वो वीडियो देखा है आपने, भगवंत मान का वीडियो देखा है, पंजाब के बारे में और सिखों के बारे में इतना ज्ञान फैल रहे हैं आप यहाँ पे, आपको पता है भगवंत मान के बारे में क्या पता है, वीडियो के बारे में इतना बात कर रहे हैं आप, ज्ञान दे रहे हैं।
जवाब दीजिए, यहाँ डिबेट को डिबेट मत करिए। Parliament asked him to shoot 25,000 names.
Mr. Sethi.
Highlighted those names.
Mr. Sethi. Ratan Sharda.
Khalada worship those people.
That was a very
terrorist. भाई साहब लेक्चर मत दीजिए। हेलो आप लेक्चर मत दीजिए। हम वो जर्नलिस्ट थे, सुनिए, हम वो सेम जर्नलिस्ट थे जिसके एडिटर को अरेस्ट किया गया था। आप हमें अकाउंटेबिलिटी के बारे में बात मत कीजिए आप। और हम सब आपके जैसे जो नेता है ना, सबको हराया है कोर्ट में। प्लीज जाइए, आप जाइए प्लीज, लेक्चरबाजी मत दीजिए यहाँ पे। यहाँ पे ताहिर हुसैन का अंकित शर्मा, an IB officer has been killed and this Aam Aadmi Party supporter is giving us ज्ञान about media accountability।
इसी तरह से जानता हूँ।
और वहाँ पर
बंद कीजिए आप। I think we should fall for this trap। Waste of time, waste of time।
Pull back,
आप जाइए, आप
pull back। You know that was a very provocative digression। We are not discussing Satluj. That's a very different topic. I would say the debate on Satluj is basically a choice between Bhindranwale and KPS Gill. Viewers have to decide which side they are on, but that was not the debate tonight. Tonight, the debate was about justice for Ankit Sharma, and a very firm step has been made in that direction with the Karkardooma court in Delhi delivering that judgment today and convicting Tahir Hussain and 10 others. But the larger conspiracy behind Delhi riots is still to unravel, and the case is in the courts. We'll keep close tracks. Niranjan, we are moving to the next one. Missing in action. Rahul Gandhi has not been seen at any public event for the last 20 days. These are the same 20 days, friends, in which the Punjab Congress has gone through a turmoil. There is a leadership crisis, and the Punjab Congress is on the verge of breaking. There has been a crisis in a natural calamity in Wayanad, the earlier constituency of Rahul Gandhi and the present constituency of Priyanka Gandhi Vadra. And the Gandhi Vadras are completely AWOL, absent without leave, missing in action, and all this when monsoon session of Parliament is on our head. Now, Congress party was asking why the Prime Minister has been visiting so many foreign countries, because he's been on foreign assignment, diplomacy, and a lot has happened and been delivered for the country. We need to ask, where is India's leader of the opposition?
Where is Rahul Gandhi? The leader of opposition has been away on an extended foreign visit since late June. During this period, the devastating Wayanad landslide shook Kerala, but Rahul Gandhi remained away. The political turmoil inside the Punjab Congress also unfolded without its senior-most leader inside. Even as the opposition prepares its strategy for the monsoon session, questions are growing over the absence of its leader. In contrast, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has continued his diplomatic engagement abroad while remaining at the center of the government's agenda. At such a critical fork of big political changes, the big question is not just when Rahul Gandhi returns, but where has he been? Who has he met? And why has the Congress been without its principal face at a critical moment?
Radhika Khera continues to be with us from the BJP. Professor Jyotsna Tirunagari is the national spokesperson for the TDP. Ankit Sharma is a senior journalist, leans towards Congress, and Major Ashish Chaturvedi of the Samajwadi Party. Now, Radhika Khera, it's his personal choice. I mean, he can go wherever he wants, right? If he wants to go on a holiday with his family, he can do that, right? So what's the problem?
When Uttar Pradesh rejected, specifically Amethi rejected Rahul Gandhi, it was Wayanad that rescued his dying political career. It was Wayanad that gave him political asylum. Yet today, that very same constituency has lost lives to a devastating national disaster. All they get from the Vadra Gandhi sibling is a cold, detached token tweet from an unknown foreign resort, or wherever he is. Now, while the people of Wayanad are buried under debris, screaming for help in one of the most horrific landslide tragedies, where are the elected representatives? And if you remember, when Rahul Gandhi gave up the Wayanad seat, he promised the people of Wayanad that I will always be there for Wayanad. My sister is now going to take care of you, but I will always be there. So where is Mr. Rahul Gandhi today? Where is the current member of parliament of Wayanad, Priyanka Gandhi Vadra? They're missing in action, as always. And for over 3 weeks, the whereabouts of the leader of opposition have been shrouded in dark, mysterious veils of secrecy. While 3 of his own highly publicized domestic student outreach rallies in Prayagraj, I believe, in Patna had to be cancelled, the rumor mill within his own party confirms, I spoke to a couple of senior leaders, that passport stamps from London, Germany and Iceland are where he's hanging around. And, you know, it's an open secret in the corridors of the Congress Lutyens Delhi that even senior leaders of the Congress party like Jairam Ramesh and Pawan Khera cannot establish contact with their own dictator, while his own sister's constituency and the constituency that saved him is suffering. And, you know, what is even more shocking is that Pawan Khera released a statement today saying, why does Mr. Gandhi or Madam Gandhi have to go to the place? There cannot be VIP visits. The government is working. There should be no VIP visits. Well, boss, then why do you question anybody else? मतलब ठीक है, तपस्या में कमी रही, इतना समय लगा उनको राज्यसभा की टिकट मिलने के लिए, but this is how he's defending people who he can't reach out to. I'm sure Mr. Pawan Khera was more reachable to the Gandhi family when he was hiding away from the court, waiting not to be arrested. Even he was more reachable than the Gandhi brother sister duo.
Yeah.
It's shameful.
Okay.
What
I
is
want to
happening
ask you
today?
a question. I want to ask you a question, Abhishek, because I spoke to a few people in the Congress, just curious about where Rahul Gandhi goes or what he does. I won't name the leaders, but one of them told me, of course, on condition of anonymity, that it is a problem because when they try to get in touch with him on critical issues during such visits, they can't. They don't know how to get in touch with him. Okay. Now the problem is, how is it that even the topmost leadership of the Congress, outside maybe his immediate family, has no clue? And I asked him, how does it happen that nobody knows? They say, see, he's got security. And this security goes with him, let's say, if he's going, for example, from here to Oman, right? Or let's say from here to Mexico or Cambodia or wherever else, right? Okay, let's say Mexico. So the layover is in, let's say, Qatar, right? So the security goes with him till Qatar. And then from Qatar, he's on his own, MI, right? Now, is that how it works? I mean, for the leader of opposition, is there a protocol, anything that will require him to perhaps share details now? I'm asking you as a journalist because you've covered
Well, yes, some for leader of opposition, Niranjan, but as a journalist, I can tell you that the Gandhis have extra layers of security, given the threat perception around them. And Rahul Gandhi, of course, happens to be one such person who has threat perception around him. So, you know, this security going missing or Rahul Gandhi giving a slip is very serious. And it has been flagged, I can tell you. It has been officially flagged more than a couple of times by the SPG earlier. And now, of course, the SPG cover is not there, but when it was there and I knew the former SPG director, and I was told that it has been flagged more than a couple of times, the manner in which the security breach has been...
Can I add one line to this? You know, Rahul Gandhi, except other than the security that he gets from the government, he also has his own private security, which is managed by KB Baiju, who used to be a former SPG security personnel during Rajiv Gandhi.
Okay, that explains it.
Yeah, so now the same team, I'm telling you this for a fact, even half the time they are not aware of where Rahul Gandhi goes.
That was something that was flagged to the Gandhi, and the SPG has written it in its blue book that this is the number of times that Rahul Gandhi has given a slip to the official SPG cover, and it ends there. But Pankaj Sharma, how do you explain that the Congress leader goes missing like this, and the leader of opposition of the country?
No, he was not missing. Some people are just interested only in creating a malicious, rubbish narrative against Rahul Gandhi. And the Congress party, government surely has all the information about Rahul's movements whenever he travels abroad. See, no one can escape the transit logging of his or her passport at various immigration checkpoints while leaving India, during travel in different countries also, and while entering India on his or her return. All this is always documented, and passenger list of all the flights are available to all the concerned governmental authorities. So
okay, sorry to be interjecting, Mr. Sharma, but it's not just missing, it's missing in action. So when the Punjab Congress is going through this scale of crisis, when Wayanad is going through such scale of natural calamity, do you expect the leader of opposition to be there or not?
It is up to the Congress party to take care of these things.
Yes.
No one
छात्रों की गूंज का क्या हुआ?
else has
छात्रों की गूंज अभी नहीं सुनाई दे रही है.
See, a former lady minister went on a four-nation tour in November, December 2024 to promote book. Did you ever ask who did she meet?
Promote book.
Programs.
No, okay, fine. I'm not asking. No names given. That's okay. Promote book. The itinerary is there. A former minister not holding a position like, a responsible constitutional position like leader of opposition, and the Congress party's future is at stake in Punjab.
Let's quickly get
Can you be a personal visits abroad or not? Do you know the government of India does not maintain a database of personal or private foreign trips undertaken even by union ministers?
You couldn't call off his trip and come out early.
Why don't our nationalist government make these early?
You're talking about 1 minute. You're talking about buying union ministers. There are people who can buy parties.
What purpose?
You're talking about Pankaj, you're talking about buying ministers, but you know that there are people who can buy parties sitting somewhere in the US. They can buy parties, they can influence party politics. I don't want to take names, because on one such meeting, in one such visit, in one such leader, you're right, I agree with you, but one such leader, Jyotsna, my question is Jyotsna, on one such leader, Jyotsna, the problem is on one such visit of the leader of opposition, he has met people, and this was the allegation, there were pictures to support it. He had met people who were linked to Soros initiatives, right? Now, it is a problem. I mean, because Soros is someone who wants to bring down the government, and he said it in as many words. And these meetings have happened in the last 6 months to 1 year.
Okay. First of all, we all have to understand that nobody is pronouncing Mr. Rahul Gandhi guilty of anything.
Yeah, nobody is.
Nobody is pronouncing Mr. Gandhi guilty of anything. We are just seeking clarity. He being the leader of opposition, he holding that position, democratically he is holding that position, and it was his party which gave Chhatron ki Goonj. It was his party which said, it was in fact Rahul Gandhi ji who said Wayanad is going to be having 2 MPs, one official and other official. So that's the reason people want clarity. As simple as that. Nothing. We are just asking. Sir, 1 second, sir. Sir, 1 second, sir. बोलने तो दीजिए. बीच में मुझे रोकोगे, सच्चाई तो नहीं रुकेगी ना? बोलने तो दीजिए. मैं ये पूछ रही हूँ. Sir, 1 second. Because I'll tell you. Sir, I can give you 1 second, sir. 1 second. Let me complete. Please have the patience to listen. Please have the patience to listen. I'll tell you, Ranjan, why am I so, inclined on speaking this topic is we have seen a similar kind of a situation in the state of Andhra Pradesh earlier when Mr. Jagan Mohan Reddy was there. He never used to tell people why he was going, where he was going, and what he has done after going there. Now my problem is, it was Rahul Gandhi ji who said, I'll be the voice. It was Congress who said, we'll be the voice, and he, Mr. Gandhi, would be the voice of his students in the country. That was the reason Chhatron ki Goonj was announced on June 17th, if I'm not wrong. If subject to correction, I think it was June 17th. Now, उसके बाद June 22 June से लेके 13 July तक almost गायब. That's what people want to know. Why Prayagraj program on July 10th was deferred or cancelled? Why Patna program on July 11th was deferred or cancelled? What happened to the Delhi program? Because छात्रों की गूंज के लिए छात्र आज के तारीख में wait कर रहे हैं probably.
No, I don't know, was it you, Abhishek? Abhishek said that यहाँ पे जंतर मंतर में ये CJP का जंतर मंतर में CJP का होगा.
Now, one more thing.
One second, wait. One second, hold on. No, wait.
One second.
Ashish hasn't spoken. Yeah.
I'm saying personal liberty is not tonight's question at all. Absolutely not.
Yeah.
I am questioning the public accountability of Mr. Gandhi.
Okay, got it. See, Ashish ji, ऐसा है.
Prime Minister did not go to Manipur.
One minute. Pankaj ji, I'll give you a chance. Major Ashish hasn't spoken. 1 minute.
Is also wrong.
Okay, 1 second. Major Ashish. Hold on, don't. Major Ashish. 1 minute. Hold on. Please. It's not fair. He's not spoken. Please.
That's not a good comparison.
Not fair. It's No, it's not spoken.
That's not a good comparison.
Okay, 1 second. See, the point is, Ashish ji, if he's got extended family somewhere, right? When I say extended family, I mean like whatever, cousins, whatever. It's friends. It's okay to visit, right?
It's absolutely fine.
It's completely fine. Now, the question is why the secrecy? Because every time the same thing happens, right? Major Ashish, don't you find it unusual that for some reason only when it comes to this one leader, there is a great deal of secrecy? Is it usual or is it unusual? Akhilesh ji also recently went on a trip. That was a secretive trip. We'll talk about that later.
But he was not incommunicado.
Not incommunicado. But yes, Major Ashish.
Well, actually, as the leader of opposition, people would expect that, yes, he should be reachable.
Yeah.
Of course, he has the right to go on vacation as and when he pleases or meet whosoever he wants to outside India. That's okay. That's all right. But yes, his connectivity should be there, I feel. But it is more for I think the concern of the Congress, not of the common people of India. I think the common people of India are more affected by people who are in more responsible position, like the Prime Minister, who has in last 60 days visited 11 countries. And during his last visit to Australia, I think which is a concern and should be a concern for every Indian, that he was wooed there. There were placards there saying Modi go back.
No. Ashish ji, we have covered some
Khalistanis.
I'll take 10 seconds. Abhishek will tell you his example with the ISI. 1 second. Abhishek he'll tell you about his experience with the ISI. I have covered a couple of visits of the Prime Minister. It is the Khalistanis and that Pannu fellow. Wherever it goes, it's the same bunch of idiots who turn up, okay? Please, don't take them seriously. Yeah.
Also, Ashish, Major, you mentioned about Prime Minister visiting 11 countries.
I'm not
just try it once. Listen. Just try it once. Listen, just try it once. 5 countries in 6 days with 40 high diplomacy meetings. 5 countries in 6 days with 40 high diplomacy meetings and deliverables. You mentioned Australia and you are focusing on the Khalistani protests. Remember, 2008 is when India's civil nuclear deal was signed with the United States, and a regime was put in place so that India could do trade in nuclear materials with other countries. The NSG, the Nuclear Suppliers Group, Australia has signed that uranium trade deal now. So these are, high voltage diplomacy visits with tremendous amount of deliverables.
Give him 10 seconds to finish. Okay, Ashish, complete.
He's not, once he's outside India, he's not representing BJP. He's
representing the country.
And that is why I said it is a matter of concern for Indians. I'm not giving it a political, shape to that he's from BJP and he's being, wooed there. I'm not saying that. As an Indian, I'm saying because he's Prime Minister of India, he's not Prime Minister of BJP. Okay, political accusations or political controversies aside.
But that's still complete. Okay, that's still not the right comparison.
On Prime Minister of India, and if he is being
run out of time, Radhika and Jyotsna, completely run out of time. 59 ho gaya. Next debate 9 o'clock ko start karne tha. Abhi pura khatam ho gaya time. I have to take a break. But you know why? India did not have a fuel crisis. Why India did not have an LPG crisis? Is it because of the Prime Minister's visits, or is it because of Rahul Gandhi?
Not because Rahul Gandhi has taken a break.
Rahul Gandhi is meeting people, na? That's why we didn't have any LPG crisis.
Maybe, yes.
Right. Yeah, that is what Major Ashish was trying to say. Okay, we'll take a short break, ladies and gentlemen. We have a very interesting debate coming up next on our athletes who've actually shown cricketers how it's done. Stay tuned.
13,000 placements last year. At Amity, we are committed to nurturing passionate, hardworking and proactive professionals.
Papa.
सॉरी यार गलती हो गई है ये चोट खर्चा वर्चा
अरे लास्ट बॉल पे छक्का भी तुम्हारा
छक्का
सब कैशलेस हो गया है हाँ
ला भाई मेरा बैट वो अभी तो ठीक हुआ तू अभी तो डिस्चार्ज हुआ यार बैट किसका है
टाटा AIG है तो भरोसा है
केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ रे दिल झूमे देखो मतवारा हुआ रे केसरिया से मन जोगी हुआ
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार विमल बोलो जुबान केसरी
Rosa podcast wants to know, but I'm seeing a very soft version of Arnab. What did you expect a mad guy shouting at?
From the Republic Media Network headquarters, it's time for the debate.
Right, welcome back, friends. Media is generally accused, Niranjan, of picking up sensational stuff, preferring political debates over those that concern the progress and development of the country or the society. We at Republic have made it our mission to pick up issues which are about people at large, about masses. And tonight is one such. Athletes of India in the under-23 Asiad have done wonders. They have brought laurels, and they are live with us now. And Niranjan,
I just want to say one line, Abhishek.
We can go live today.
I just want to say, ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching this right now, you should applaud these under-23 champions. We're cutting across live, and we are proud to say that Republic is the only network at the airport to receive them live. We are the only network to receive them live. Over to Ankit, and then we'll talk all about it. Ankit, over to you.
It is sad that, the athletes are not getting the due credit they deserve. Do you think in the upcoming years, if things go well, things might change in the country, the scenario might change?
No.
It's not going to change. She's so confident that the scenario in the country is not going to change, and cricket is always going to be the leader. कैसा लग रहा है?
सर आई एम फीलिंग एक्चुअली वेरी हैप्पी और आपने पूछा हम क्या चेंज करना चाहेंगे और क्या गोल है. आई विल से कि अभी एशियन लेवल में है तो आई वांट कि वर्ल्ड लेवल में भी होना चाहिए कि इंडिया का कुछ नाम होना चाहिए. तो अभी तो चाइना जापान है, हम चाहते हैं कि यूएसए को भी हम हराएं. सो दिस वन ऑफ द गोल्स आई थिंक दैट वी शुड वर्क ऑन. एंड या
can we just get more voices in from there? How's the feeling, guys? You are the coach?
Yeah, I'm a coach. I'm an Olympian. Yeah, coach of the team. And this is the first time the Under-20 Asian Championship held at China. And we have a very good team. We got 4x4 relay gold, mixed relay gold, and 5,000 and 10,000 meters silver medalist. And one individual girl, Shravani, she got three medals. So this is a great initiative. We can see the future of the Indian athletics, and we are hoping for the more medals in the future.
Guys, how was the reception in China? Can you just tell me how was the reception? Were you all getting a warm reception?
Yeah, everything was good. They treated us so good and it was good. It was good.
And what's your future goal now?
Next year we have Asian Athletics. Next we have Olympics. Aiming for everything.
They're live. You should tell them that they are live.
Yeah.
Gunning for gold?
Yeah.
So there you heard it. Happy faces. They have all made they have all made India proud. And they hope that things for athletics, the athletic scene in the country is going to change. And they are going to get their due credit in the upcoming days. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you for that, Ankit. That's Republic receiving the under-23 champions, ladies and gentlemen. At the Delhi airport, very proud to say that our network is the only network there to receive them. It tells you how much people really value our athletes, Abhishek. What a shame, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, they won 3 golds, won 16 medals in China, first ever under-23 Asiad. They've done us so proud. They've just landed, and there we are, receiving them.
Yeah, I mean, there are some structural deficiencies also, Niranjan. It's not about that we deliberately ignoring them. It's just that maybe historically, cricket hogged all the attention.
We chose to.
I mean, as I
could have done a lot.
Yes, structural deficiencies also, and we have in fact data, and we are going to have this conversation. The reason why we are having this conversation is because we want to really bring some spotlight on what ails this sporting structure in the country, which makes it so lopsided in favor of cricket and not these athletes. Let's look at the facts, and then we come back on the other side with a panel of guests.
It was a glorious run for India's next-gen athletes in China. India finished 4th in the overall tally at the Asian Under-23 Athletics Championships 2026 held in China. The young guns bagged 16 medals, 3 gold, 4 silver and 9 bronze. From the heroics in relay, where our women's team beat China to clinch gold and script history, to the historic throw in javelins event. India's athletes, some of which even debuting on the world stage, gave the country reasons to celebrate and cheer, while the star cricketers and the star coach were facing questions for consecutive defeats. The blood and sweat of these youngsters today make India a global force to reckon with in athletics. But the struggle to reach the podium is real.
ये सबसे बड़ी जो मुझे लगता है ना, जो ग्रास रूट लेवल पे है वो सुविधा पड़नी चाहिए हमारे इधर खिलाड़ी जो इंटरनेशनल हो जाता है तो उसको सब चीज मिलती है, मगर ग्रास रूट लेवल पे उसको वो सुविधा नहीं मिल पाती जो उसको बहुत जरूरी है.
A nation often touted to be cricket crazy, boasting of the richest cricket body in the world, has athletes from different corners vying to make it to the world stage in the most unglamorous conditions.
I think in India they are giving priority to some games only. In future, when they are giving preference to and encourage the kickboxing infrastructure, coaches and good academies, then kickboxers also win medals in international level, world level. This is a very, very important.
This is the state of Delhi's only rugby stadium.
This particular stadium, in fact, our sources tells us that this is the only facility in Delhi for rugby players, and in fact now it has also turned into a public park. So basically the national capital of this country does not even have one dedicated space for the people who are willing to pursue rugby as their full-time profession.
Sports investment reflects a stark asymmetry. Cricket commands approximately 85 to 90% of the total $2 billion domestic sports economy and media spends, while Olympic and athletic sports rely primarily on erratic 4-year governmental funding cycles.
I personally feel that cricket alone getting it's not a justice to other sports and games.
And this has been the story for last 10 years or so. I think the first time in my history, we are not beaten China in their own soil. But that has gone way wire, and it is going to come for 1 or 2 news channels, or maybe just for about a minute something. But I think these are the things which discourages the sports people and the coaches too.
The past week results in cricket and athletics are a stark reminder. The athletes have shown how it's done. It's time to do the needful for them to shine brighter.
Okay, joining us on the debates.
Oh, good.
Can I, with your permission, I'll introduce the panelists, and you had an anecdote to share, Abhishek. You can do that. Suhail Seth is joining us live. Suhail Seth is a brand guru, and he's the managing partner of Council Age India. Shekhar Vijayan is a sports commentator, and Ranjit Bajaj is a founder of Minerva Academy. He's also the coach of the Indian football team under 19, and they feel that we need to do more for athletes, right, and other sports outside of cricket. And those who say that you can't really blame cricket. Atul Vasan is a former India cricketer. Chandrasekhar Luthra is a former senior sports journalist. And Enakashi Rajbanshi is a former woman cricketer. She's alive from London today. But just wanted to contrast the pictures, Abhishek, to the kind of reception I saw. And I'll just play that video in just a bit.
Yeah, we should.
Earlier this year, you had the under-19 World Cup champions, the cricketers, under-19, junior team. The kind of reception they received, right? And you look at these under-23, that's a live shot from outside the Delhi airport, right? Live shot, they won 19 medals, including 3 golds, right? 4 silvers. No media houses there except for Republic. There is no official there. There are no bouquets, right? And there's a very small team, and there's a Tiranga there, and we're all very proud of this. I mean, it doesn't matter who comes or doesn't, but it's our duty to talk about them. We will celebrate them. But Abhishek, over to you. You had an anecdote, and then you can go
I'll come to the anecdote just in a bit, Niranjan, but if I could open with Atul Vasan. Mr. Vasan, we are not sort of tonight slamming cricket, but is the elephant in the room with 89% of sporting economy cornered by cricket? It becomes the villain by default, because then there is nothing left for the rest of the sports. And that's the debate we are having tonight, Mr. Vasan.
So I don't understand where this 89% who is giving, the government is giving, or there's a public fund, or you have put up something in that regard, and where is it coming from? It's coming from the masses. So it is economics, pure and simple. People, and actually cricket has reached where it is not because of system, despite of the system. As Karl Marx said, opium is the masses of the masses. Opium is for the masses. Is religion is the opium of the masses.
Who runs the system?
Cricket is a tipple of Indian people, and I think the point is that they want some medals. Yes, I want to encourage them, but whoever brings most to the table gets given. And are you trying to berate the cricket-loving people of India that why are they not following athletics? Neeraj Chopra has just happened 6 years ago. You wait for this to take over. Neeraj has happened again, despite of the system, not because of it. And certain world champions, you are actually celebrating under 90, under 23s in Asia. Well done. But there is a million miles to go before you actually make the masses sit up and then take notice and then interest, and the public and the corporates start bringing in money. Without that, then I think if you've got such a issue about it, then Republic is a big media house. Put your money where your mouth is.
We're doing that.
We do that tonight. We don't celebrate.
No, we're doing that tonight. And you said million miles to go.
So it's okay. Public media has done for sports in India so far.
Okay.
What have we done?
Fair enough.
Okay,
fair enough. We're doing that bit by bit. You said million miles to go. It said there's also.
Because I've been on these programs for Republic for like 10 to 8 times. Nothing you have done so far.
At least we're talking.
Done that.
We're the only ones talking.
We have done that. Every time.
We're the only ones there at the stadium to receive the athletes.
Stadium, for example, is misused by bureaucrats for their personal dog walks. We have made a campaign of it, and that was not a cricket stadium, that was an athletics stadium. But Suhail Seth, money makes the mayor go. And if cricket corners 80+% of sporting economy of the country, not because the government wants it, as Atul Vasan says, because the people want it, it's a structural fault, and we need to address that.
So tell me first, where is Dr. Arnab Goswami this evening?
He's back tomorrow. He's back tomorrow.
Nice.
He's back tomorrow.
Okay. Now the thing is, both of you are very bright people. I've known both of you for long. Who's the Kabaddi captain of India? Male. यही खेला है बाबू. खेला पैसे का है और खेला जो पैसा कमाता है उसको दिखाते हैं. The tragedy, you're absolutely right, is that no other sport in India gets traction because no other sport attracts eyeballs. Simple. No other sport attracts TRPs. No other sport has Jay Shah leading the charge. No other sport has the richest sporting body in the world called the BCCI. And this is what is causing a problem. The problem is not to screw cricket, because that would be the easiest thing to do. Then you will destroy even that. So here I will now give you solutions rather than identify the problem.
If you do that, even the baby will be...
Is as follows. Atul, did I interrupt you? You're also becoming like all these people, interrupting first, misquoting Karl Marx of all people, and then interrupting me of all people.
I did not go. I just
पहले तो quotation जब करते हो, quotation तो पहले ठीक करो ना अपनी. एक मिनट ठीक पहले quotation ठीक किया करो. Then you debate. Now let me finish. Three issues to solve the problem. Issue number one. Corporates, it is not their business to actually encourage a new sporting tradition. Some corporates do. I remember many years ago, Anand Mahindra invested in the Kabaddi League, in the Pro Kabaddi League. We need more investment. That investment will come from government, will come from media channels, which then invest in the sport and saying, okay, we'll make this sport popular. Number two, you've got to make the sport sexy and fashionable. How many people will follow a Kabaddi captain on Instagram? Now you might say, oh, it's ridiculous. No, it isn't. How many people does the Wimbledon Royal Box invite who are in minor sports? They don't. ये सब खेला पैसा का है and traction का है. Number three, what you have done today is excellent. Profile each of these people. In addition to being at the airport, get one of these young, bright girls to your studio and celebrate them. Approach sponsors. If Republic approaches people, perhaps they will wilt. Tell a hero, tell a Tata, tell an Adani, ki dekhiye, these are the girls, they've done yeoman service. Why don't you sponsor one or two of them? That's how the churning and that's how the machinery starts working. I'm giving you a solution. See, in India, we have become communists by nature. We have a problem for every solution. I'm giving you the solutions from a marketing perspective. Once I know that Praveen Kumar Sherawat is known as the High Raider and he's India's Kabaddi captain, do a profile of him. Do a profile of him which shows how he began. What are the challenges he overcome? Did we not celebrate Abhinav Bindra? And we continue to. Abhinav Bindra does not wait for the government of India because he can afford to train. He can afford to do what he does. Today he's representing India at the International Olympic stage. These are the things we should encourage. The point is not to screw cricket. I don't watch cricket. I'm not a cricket fan at all. But I still believe cricket is what unites the country. Cricket is what is seen and followed across India and across the Indian diaspora and even now in places where cricket is not played as a uniform sport. So these are the things we should do. We should celebrate, we should encourage, and we should invest. Until you celebrate, encourage, and invest, you will not be able to make that change that you so significantly want. In fact, if I were BCCI, instead of parking money with these associations in the states, which are most of them are useless, I would invest in one or two sports other than cricket. Why? I would say BCCI, creating a sporting India, not creating a sporting cricketing India. पर इसके लिए आपको अकल होनी चाहिए, आपके दिमाग में अकल और आपके सीने में गुर्दा होना. सीने में wherever the gurda is.
Well done.
But I don't want to sound like Atul Vasan misquoting now body organs. So the point I'm making is, these are the things, seriously, Niranjan, you're a good boy. These are the things you all should do. And Republic should say, Republic, ready to create the Republic of Sporting India. And as a first step, celebrating persons X, Y, and Z.
So we do that. Let me tell you.
You know, this is what they do. Ye sab aap karo na.
So absolutely. Now, the whole day, Suhail, you're a very busy man, and I understand you can't watch the channel through the day, but through today, we've got these athletes, the gold medalists.
It's not today. Do it.
No, we do it. We do it on 15th of August. We have a program called Proud to be Indian. 26th of January, we have a program.
It would be. Do you know your sporting Indian stars?
Okay, good idea. I'll take
Point
that.
taken.
Point taken. Point taken.
The first Indian sporting star would be Sherawat. The second Indian sporting star would be how his retirement treated Atul Vasan. The third would be aise karke aap
where all
karo
your
na.
body parts are.
Okay,
You know
just a
exactly where all your organs are.
okay, stay with me 1 minute. Before Ranjit, I want to go to Ranjit, but Ankit is with two champions there, the gold medalists. I just want to go across to him. He's at the airport. Ankit, over to you.
I was talking to Shavani. She tells me that she has not slept yesterday. She's really tired, but she's just stood back over here to speak with us because she was actually applauding us that you guys are really doing well as Republic. Thank you for actually coming and thinking about the athletes at least rather than the cricketers for once. So Shavani, what's it like? Do you think things are going to change in the near future?
I hope things will change. India is really performing well in athletics, not just our team, but the other teams are also bringing back many medals. So I really hope that athletics gets the spotlight it deserves. It will really help and encourage the players a lot.
You're probably the biggest winner from China, this campaign. Do you feel sad that when you come outside the airport, there is no reception at all?
Yes, definitely. It was a little bit disappointing, but thank you to Republic Bharat. You guys received us really well. It was really nice having been received, but the spotlight which is on cricket and the spotlight which was on us is just not comparable at all.
Not comparable at all. Let's go across to Shivaji. Shivaji comes from Karnataka. He's a long distance runner and probably one of the best long distance. So yes, let's come across to Shivaji. Shivaji, what's it like? 2 medals. Now you come back to India. There is no reception at all. Nobody even knows that there was something happening in China where the under 23 people athletics team was participating. Does it feel bad?
यस सर, बहुत बुरा लगता है कि क्योंकि हमने ये 10,000 5,000 तो बहुत कम, ये डिस्टेंस वाला बहुत हार्ड लगता है ऐसा इवेंट. हमने 2 दिन में 2 मेडल जीता है कि 10,000 5,000 में, कि बहुत हार्ड लगता है और बहुत टायर्ड भी होते हैं कि हम जब खेल के आते हैं, जब हम एयरपोर्ट पे आते हैं, जब सपोर्ट मिलता है तो जो टायर्डनेस हमें लोगों से जो सपोर्ट मिलता है उससे हम वो टायर्डनेस सब फील कर सकते हैं कि हम आराम से आ गए, जीत गए, हम कुछ करके आ गए. यहाँ पर कुछ हमें सपोर्ट ही नहीं मिल रहा है तो हम बहुत बुरा लगता है कि वो टायर्डनेस और भी ज़्यादा बढ़ जाता है कि यहाँ पर आते हैं, हम घर जाते वक्त बहुत टायर्डनेस और सैड फील के साथ जाना पड़ता है. ऐसा यहाँ पर सपोर्ट नहीं मिला तो.
शिवाजी, क्या आपको लगता है आने वाले दिनों में ये जो चेहरा है, ये जो छवि है इंडिया का कि सिर्फ क्रिकेटर्स को ही तवज्जो देना है, क्या आपको लगता है ये बदलने वाला है?
सर जी, हमें तो कुछ बदलना तो नहीं देख रहा है कि क्योंकि हमने पिछले नीरज भैया के साथ भी देख रहे हैं कि अभी वो मेडल 2 बार मेडल जीत गए, उसके बाद तो हम उनके साथ कोई भी ये नहीं है अभी. मतलब एथलेटिक फेडरेशन सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं कि उसके अलावा कोई मीडिया वगैरह नहीं करे कि आप, हमें बहुत खुशी हो रही है कि आप आ जाके हमें सपोर्ट कर रहे हैं और हमें ये प्रेस ये ले रहे हो, इसलिए कि हमें बहुत खुशी होता है. और दूसरे गेम के अलावा हमें क्रिकेट के अलावा दूसरा हमारे इंडिया में इम्प्रूवमेंट के लिए कोई नहीं दिख रहा है कि मीडिया तो पूरा उसके पीछे ही पड़ा रहा है. आप जो सपोर्ट करे हो हमें, आपको और आपके मीडिया के लिए मैं बहुत धन्यवाद बोलना चाहता हूँ. और इन फ्यूचर में सपोर्ट किया तो बहुत अच्छा मिलेगा और इन फ्यूचर में ओलंपिक और एशियन गेम में और भी मेडल आ सकती है कि आप लोगों को आके हमें सपोर्ट किया तो और सारे मीडिया से हमें सपोर्ट किया तो बहुत एथलेटिक में बहुत मेडल्स है और बहुत अच्छा सब फॉर्म भी कर रहे हैं कि इन फ्यूचर में एशियन गेम में अभी बहुत अच्छा टीम जा रहा है इंडिया का. देखना पड़ेगा कि जो सपोर्ट मिलेगा वैसा हमारा मेडल्स पे आ सकती है कि जो सपोर्ट नहीं मिला तो मेडल्स का हम एक्सपेक्ट ही नहीं कर सकते.
Ankit,
one last question. I know you're tired and I'll let you off. Last 80 to 100 meters, that's what the entire...
Show their performance, show her performance.
The Chinese girl, she was 20 meters ahead of you and then you actually, overtake her in the dying moments. It was the photo finish. What was going through your mind in those last, in that, that final stretch? What was going through your mind?
I was just thinking we have to fight for the gold. We came for the gold and we're going to take home the gold. That's all it was going through my head. I was like, there were only 3 teams, so medal was fixed anyways. But, if we had one silver, it would have been like, oh, there's just 3 teams and still you won. But this time we fought for gold. It was a fight, so that felt really amazing to fight for.
Such heartwarming stories coming from the under-23 India squad, which made the country proud in China. We just spoke to athletes and
that's Shravani.
They are actually brimming with confidence despite being tired.
Yeah. Ankit, just going back to the debate. I'll come back to you.
Yeah.
That's Shravani, Sachin Sangle, Sandramol, Sabu, Pravalika, Narimalla and Nofisa Khatun, who clocked together 3 minutes 33 seconds to beat host China in 4x400 meters relay. I'm going across to Ranjit because I saw him raise his hand when Suhail was speaking. Suhail felt that we don't have as much glamour in other sport, right? It's not as glamorous, is what he felt, Ranjit. But we all remember,
I didn't use the word glamour at all.
You used words that I can't repeat. Yeah. You used words that I can't repeat.
I used very simple English.
I know you did, but it may not be the right.
These are not sports which have traction and they need courage.
You've edited your language right now. You've edited your description, but I want to go across to Ranjit. Ranjit.
Play it.
Okay, Ranjit, I want to go across to Ranjit. Ranjit, is that the case?
Thank you so much.
You work with the football
teams. Thank you so much for having me. So, first of all, I don't disagree with Suhail or with Atul Vasan because we can't belittle cricket. We have to learn from them. We can't belittle them. Yes. Other sports have to learn from them. How they got it right. Why? Because cricket was where we are, all other sports 20 years ago, 30 years ago. So if they can do it, we should take, the thing in that we can do it too. See, number one, they're the best in revenue. That means marketing and promotion. Learn from that. Number two, they're the best in actual cricket. They've got 3 world champions teams. And in fact, the best in grassroots. Why? Because now they can have another 3 teams which can be as good in 2020 and T-Test and in one day. Plus, if you find a Vaibhav Suryavanshi from one remote corner of Bihar, trust me, your grassroots works. So learn from them. And in fact, if we do that in every sport, we don't require the kind of funds which are right now being spent. So that means I would say, yes, cricket is the only board in the world which is getting 11,000 so many crores like you showed is BCCI. All other boards are bikaris being compared to BCCI. So I would say that you see our budget of 5,000 crores. I'm saying that budget is being spent wrong. They don't know how to spend. Again, in the end of the day, a government babu's trying to tell you what to do. Horses for courses, for example. Football, the number one, I've been begging for funds. Right now, I am in the World Youth Cup of football, World Youth Cup, which is the biggest competition in the world for football. And I've been begging for funds and nobody funded me from the government. I did crowdfunding to
Who did you ask?
The crowdfunding. So once again, just 3 things in football. We are 155 countries. We are in the number one sport. Football is number one. And in India, how bad we are, 140th ranking in the world, we still have 350 million fans. So it's plain economics. If you develop the game, do you know how rich you can be? This 350 million will be compared to more than 1 billion competing with cricket. But only if you get it good. I, being a football coach, would never watch any Indian football match. If there's a Barcelona-Real Madrid going on, I would watch Barcelona-Real Madrid. Because I'm able to teach more to my kids.
Why don't you take names?
Yeah, take names. Who did you ask money for? Who did you ask funds from?
My friend, you take names, Ranjit. This is a channel which insults everyone.
From AIFF, from the All India Football Federation, the president, Mr. Kalyan Chaubey, we keep on telling doesn't do it.
Who is Kalyan Chaubey? Who is he? He's a politician.
We told all the corporate houses, we've been making appeals all over the place.
You see, who is this Kalyan Chaubey, boss? Put his name, put his face on this thing and put India's most wanted.
No, but we are not addressing the structural problem. You see, Kalyan Chaubey is a politician, Suhail said, but even the BCCI has a problem.
That is a problem. Politicians are the problem.
You are asking money from AIFF, Ranjit. The AIFF does not have money. The BCCI's 1 year surplus last year alone was 25 times AIFF's entire budget.
Yes.
So obviously,
But I'm saying the money they have is not being spent properly.
Yes,
there's no accountability and transparency in any sport. And even, by the way, see, why does Jai Shah lead cricket and not football? Because it's the most popular sport. Now, the moment the politicians see a sport as a vote bank, they will support it. So us fans will only come out if we have an Indian team like 1983 and 2011. If we think Indians are good enough to play with the world champ, nobody wants to see us losing 5-0 or 7-0 and feeling bad about it. We'd rather spend our time watching something else. So, the moment you get to be world champions or somewhere in the top 8. Now, the problem is, In India, you say in the top, if you can't come in the top 8, we will not support you. That's what size policy is. Do you understand? If I was in the top 8 in the world in football, that means I would have been Germany or England or France or Italy, and I could sponsor the entire Indian ecosystem. That's how much money I would have. If I'm the one who needs it, the one who is 140th in the rank, those are the people who need it. So that means the ones who can already do well, you want to keep on giving them money. They don't need your money. Neeraj Chopra doesn't need your money. You keep giving him money. You need to give money to people who have not made it, not the ones who made it.
Okay, so essentially both push and pull are not working in favor of other sports or actually working just in favor of cricket. Enakshi, we have not had the best of run with the men's cricket team and the women's cricket team both in the recent past, just like last fortnight alone. And yet it sort of does not affect the fortunes of cricket. So obviously it's a long haul. It's not going to be easy. It's not going to be short term.
Yeah, so speaking how cricket has not been doing well in the UK, but that is not the case because the Indian women's team just won the first ever women's test at Lord's. We're not speaking about it. And it was iconic. It took 142 years. It took 150 tests, men tests that happened at Lord's. And after that, the first women's test happened at Lord's. And we won it. India won it just now. An hour ago, I was there at Lord's by 270 runs. But everybody in India is only talking about how shit cricket has been in the last 2 months. That's not the case. Yeah. You cannot decide basis one team. You have to look at both genders. Okay, they didn't have a great run in the World Cup, but they did come back in the test and test home. It's not a home test; it's an away test, and they have never lost a test in England, the women's team. But so I mean, it's not about like everybody else say. We cannot belittle cricket. And it's not just about men's cricket. It has to be equal. It has to be men's and women's cricket. You cannot make decisions basis how the men's team has been performing. Why is everybody in India only saying that India has been doing so bad in the UK? That's not the case.
Okay, one match you won, and it's a big one, of course.
Women generally do much better than the Indian.
Shekhar. So how do we get other sports into play without belittling cricket? That's the crux of the debate.
Okay.
Okay, there are two Shekhars. There are two Shekhars. Shekhar Luthra or Shekhar Vijay.
Shekhar Vijay.
Yeah. So, Abhishek, I think there needs to be a balance between sport. So we have noticed that, cricket is always, winning begets winning, right? When you win, obviously there's more exposure, there's more branding which happens, and there is obviously a system in place. Now, in the case of other sports, if you talk about, like I was looking at the interviews which was happening while we were talking of these young athletes, they had so much of hunger, so much of passion, they wanted to do well for the country. Somewhere I think we have taken things for granted. We need to have a balance in place amongst all sports because there is so much of talent which comes from the hinterlands, there's so much of talent which comes from the smaller cities. Everybody is not going to be focusing on cricket. As we talk right now, football is being played across the world. I am from Kerala. Kerala is crazy about football. Calcutta is crazy about football. If India qualifies for the World Cup, you don't see the kind of change it might happen. So I think we need to have systems in place. We need to have a procedure in place by which all the sports gets patronage, gets recognition. I feel the government is just focusing on one sport, which is cricket, and cricket is delivering also. And as we talk, the women's cricket team actually won today. But the point of the matter here is it's not just about cricket. It's all about all the sports coming in together. There has to be a balancing factor. We have to recognize the talent. We have to recognize the fact that there are people who are coming in from smaller towns, smaller cities. Are we recognizing them? Are we applauding them? Are we giving the right infrastructure? I remember on Republic TV itself, we had come in earlier and spoken about a situation where there were monkeys which were found in the stadium.
Yeah, we have those visuals. We can see that.
Yeah, monkeys which are found in the stadium. So what is the kind of infrastructure we're talking about in terms of vis-a-vis other sports?
Just a while back, we saw cows in the rugby stadium.
Cows in our rugby stadium. India's only rugby stadium, there are cows there. Crazy. We'll show those pictures as well.
Infrastructure, the ecosystem has to be created. We have to appreciate, acknowledge the athletes. Athletes have it's not easy for them to come from where they have come, and you can see the smiles on the face. It says it all. But I think the bigger picture is what is the system, what is the ecosystem, how are we appreciating them, how are we applauding them, how are we talking about them, are they a part of our everyday discussions? That's important. We need to recognize that. If we don't do that, we'll forever be talking about cricket till the cows come home.
Yeah, or on the rugby field.
I'll tell you.
Okay.
In the times we live in, I think there you say anything to the cow, even if it enters your home. So be nice to the cows.
Yeah. Okay, Chandrasekhar Luthra, he's a cricket journalist, primarily covers cricket, but he's also been on many such debates. As a sports journalist, Chandrasekhar, when you look at the stadiums, right, I mean, politicians are to blame. See, you can't entirely say, okay, cricket is a better marketed game. They have a lot of corpus, and that corpus has been growing. I just read that BCCI just got interest. They made interest of 1,500 crore. The money that was there, that interest is growing every year, right? The corpus is growing.
Yeah.
Because somebody pushed cricket at the right time, right? But you look at the state of other games, like all of these sports are ruled by politicians. You take cricket, football, badminton, whichever sport, everything is run by a politician. But it depends on how much the politician is willing to, put his skin in the game, right? Chandrasekhar, what's the problem as you see it with Indian sport?
There are, you have to understand. I do agree with whatever others have said, but we have not touched the fundamental problem. Let me tell you, government has never pushed for cricket. If they were pushed, they would have destroyed the game. Ask Atul, cricket has flourished because the non-interference of the government. And cricket has won and cricket has got money because they have produced stars after in 1983. Before that, ask them, there was no money. Mr. Salve had to ask Lata Mangeshkar to perform on stage in order to give these cricketers 1 lakh rupees each. So don't blame government for that. But, and also, what government has done, that government has done only to push their sons and daughters into the cricket administration so that they can earn big. They can get their families to travel in 5-star and 7-star hotels. So, that's the only contribution. Now, let me talk about the fundamental problem. You don't understand that to produce a world-class athlete, in 2016 in Rio Olympics, when we were covering, there was a story in some English paper that how England, UK has done well in that particular game. They got some 24 golds after a long time. So there was a story how they spent something like 2.5 अरब रुपए, इसको जो भी डॉलर्स एंड उसमें कन्वर्ट कर दीजिए, 2.5 अरब रुपया they have spent on one training, on one athlete's training. And how much we are spending? If you remember, Mansukh Mandviya will probably ask all these boys and girls to come there and click photos. He was shouting in the parliament, हमने 70 लाख रुपए लगा दिया on Vinesh, and look how she's kind of conducting. I think this is the kind of shameless sports ministers, sports administrators, everybody who have not given any preference to these non-cricketing things. And talk about and when we talk about another fundamental problem is the age problem. Age fudging is so much in athletics. I have done NIS training. I'm a cricket coach also. I have done a lot of other Olympics and games. But the problem is that when we are at 12, 13, 14, 15, and because our athletes have fudged their ages, they are at 19, 20, 25, they do well. But after that, when the stage comes for a big leap, from 19 to 25, say that you have to actually jump. We have produced so many junior champions, but only couple of them, Neeraj Chopra or somebody else has only come up because of their own efforts, because of their good training and lot of corporate backing also. Third problem. And then one more thing. When we talk about Suryavanshis and all, let me also point out that according to BCCI's own records, I have tweeted that, see that, according to their own records, when they first registered Suryavanshi, he was whatever age, but according to that, he should have been 18 and a half right now. But they are now they are saying that he's 15 years old. So these are the problems. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm saying, why don't BCCI come out and say, let me complete.
Okay, sure.
Why don't BCCI come out and say that what has happened to all those 5 players against whom Mr. Bishan Singh Bedi, late great man of Indian cricket, he filed an FIR and police is still investigating. These players are still playing IPLs. And last thing, is that when we talk about these athletes and not giving them money, let me tell you, your PM Care Fund, which is obviously not, which is obviously an opaque body, which is no accountability, they can get the salaries of our soldiers, yours and mine. But your corporate bodies will not give their CSR funds to the sports bodies because of the simple thing, because government is not interested. Why don't government makes it an compulsory?
We have to get some callers also in now. But Sohail wants to get this. Sohail, I'm getting the unedited version of what you said. You said, other sports need to be made sexy. Now, how would you do that? There is a problem.
Use that word, by the way.
I want to say something.
Very wrong word, please.
Yesterday, I saw the Wimbledon finals for the 45th year in a row. It's a performance sport. We are 1.4 billion people. We've had some amazing tennis players. What did we win in Wimbledon? We had Ramanathan Krishnan, we had Leander and Mahesh Bhupati, Naresh Kumar, who sadly has passed, was a doyen of Indian tennis. Did they get any support? The Amritraj brothers even set up a tennis academy in Chennai to help the sport grow. Nothing happened. You feel embarrassed and ashamed that a country like ours cannot provide even one person in a performance sport. My objective is not to belittle any other game, because you don't become great by screwing other people, by belittling other people. It is not about sexy or glamour. It is about what wins. And as Ranjit said, and as Chandrasekhar, the less hair shaker said, we have to make sure that the government is not involved, because they don't give a damn. Who supported cricket in India? Go back into the history. The Maharajas.
Is it colonial hangover then? Is it colonial hangover then?
So, आप लोग तो नए महाराजा हो. The media is the new Maharaja of India.
To interfere.
You have the money. You are not in government. We are.
I wish we were.
एक मिनट है. I'm talking in simple Punjabi. There is enough
don't go there.
There is enough siapa. You sort out the kalesh. You sort out the siapa. No one wants to bell the cat. You know why?
I think
people don't want to bell the cat because you don't want to rock the boat. What did Lalit Modi do when Chidambaram refused permission for the IPL finals? He moved them to South Africa.
Yes.
You need people with courage. You need people with fortitude. You cannot crawl when you're asked to walk. This Kalyan Chaubey, you put his photograph here. It is a shame that Indians are going to the World Cup finals spending almost nearly $500,000.
He went. So he went to the World Cup final. He went with
Kalyan Chaubey went to the World Cup final.
Now, if you ask Kalyan Chaubey to spell it, he won't be able to spell it.
Lalit Modi took the finals to Sarkar because he had the money. एक तो जो अमीर होते हैं इंडिया में उनको लगता है कि गरीबों की अकल नहीं है, पैसा खर्चना उनको आता नहीं है, उनको पता है कैसे खर्चना पर पैसे नहीं उनके पास. So I think एक तो one suggestion is good that if all the sports associations are run by these federations, we have no chance क्योंकि जिसका काम उसी को साजे और करे तो थोता भाजे. I think the government, and this is a good idea, is that why not take the top corporates of India and ask them to adopt one sport. Jindals have done it, Tatas have done it, and let them run it as a professional corporate.
It's been happening.
Because right now what's happening? Right now what's happening is
it's been happening.
Our sporting budget.
It's been happening.
One minute. Let me finish.
Conquered the Everest and the Tatas.
My suggestion.
I think Atul.
The problem
you have to admit.
I'm talking about what Tatas have done.
No. I know that. They've done amazing. That's why I give them example. That's why I give them example.
Modi and Aditya Kashyap created Super Soccer before half you guys were born. Tata Steel has a Tata Steel Archery Academy.
I know that. That's what I'm saying. I'm on the same page. So let me finish.
Sometimes we can agree with you.
I know. So I give example of Tata. I've unleashed the genie. I knew I mentioned Tatas because I've done it anyway. My thing is that we've got a small sporting budget in India for other sports, but we are spreading the butter so thin that nobody is getting a taste of it. I think if we stop doing that, and Luthra is right, that this age fetching is a problem. These associations and federations are a problem. And we have to stop spending money on these sports where it's just we are doing it to look good. And we've only got few sports where we actually can do much better with our genetics and all that. And that is where we should put the money in.
Sponsoring See, our corporates like Amul, the ones who even spend on football, they are busy sponsoring Argentina and Spain instead of ever spending money on Indian football. The same thing happened with Baiju's last year. They sponsored the entire World Cup. Baiju's sponsored the World Cup.
Listen. It is not about, sponsoring one team or something, spending money on Argentina or something. I am saying government is not interested or their priorities is somewhere else.
No, but one second.
Nation one election. But their priority is not to make these corporates accountable. If they can have just a little bit of amendment, or if they just
one minute. One second. We want to also, Mr. Luthra,
mandatory under the CSR money and provide jobs to all the people. Everything.
What Luthra is saying is very important. Sachin Pilot, when he was a minister, he did the worst thing, and I'm saying it publicly, when he put a cap on CSR, saying up 2% you have to spend on your CSR. Yes. Companies which are spending 10% were forced by activist shareholders to spend 2%. Vasan rightly said about corporates. Let me give you a list for all your viewers. Who are the corporates? Tata's, Reliance is doing stuff with Olympics, Adani to an extent, again with Olympics, JSW, Parth Jindal set up a whole sports training academy.
Yes.
Let me tell you, there are enough good people. We need to celebrate more good people. And the only way it will happen is if the media is also supportive.
Yeah.
If the media also celebrates their celebration of other sports. I never use the word minor sports. Every sport is a major sport.
Completely
we must bring that change today, Niranjan.
100%. I agree with you. Sohail, I agree with you. And in fact, let me tell you one thing. I remember.
Start the show every
I'll tell you. I'll tell you. No, two small stories. Sohail, two small stories. Mr. Luthra, 1 minute. Two small anecdotes I'll tell you. Sir, two small anecdotes I'll tell you. And both of you, Chandrasekhar Luthra and Sohail, said when I joined Arnab in another channel in the year 2010, one of the first stories.
Times now.
Okay, whatever channel. First story that I remember I spotted, and I told him, sir, we must do this story, was a story of a team of girls from Jharkhand who were playing a tournament without boots. Okay, and brilliant. I still remember, 1 minute, I still remember we sent a team to Jharkhand. We got the entire team live, and we got sponsorship for them by putting that story out. My point one, then we continue, sir. If there is one channel that is continuously, put the focus on such instances, it's Republic. Point two. Secondly, just today, the same sports journalist who was at the Delhi airport, he came to the newsroom and he said, sir, there is a team of, I won't name the sport, I won't name the girls, and I won't name the coach. He said, sir, they are representing India right now as we speak in another country. They're two girls, they're a doubles team, and they want to speak out. I said, what do they want to speak out on? They said, one of the girls, they just told me, and her parent also wants to come on the show, talking about how the current coach is trying to push his daughter into the sport. And I was shocked by hearing the name. I'm not taking names because I can't do that. It would be irresponsible of me. But I told him, don't do that in the middle of a tournament, right? But this is real. This is real, and it happens everywhere, especially you said, don't say minor sport, but it is in these sport, like, in these smaller games that all of these things happen. Chandrasekhar, okay, Ranjit.
Yeah, okay, so for example, the entire country, that means the entire Instagram is flooded right now because we became the first team in history of 50 years of Helsinki Cup to win Helsinki Cup, and we beat a European giant even in the final. And we did it by scoring 63 goals in 7 matches with only 4 goals scored against us. We've just now come to the World Youth Cup. Today we've beaten an English team, England ki team ko. We've just thrashed them 13-0. No one's talking about it. See, this is what I'm talking about. These young kids, if they get a chance, can you believe the opposing coach came to me and asked me that, are you sure you guys are from India? I thought India is only about cricket and never heard of Indians playing football. So we have to go destroy that there. And then the Indians there are loving us like crazy because they said, tumne hamari izzat bana di. But back home in our country, the people who should see, the fans know what we are doing, they are supporting us like crazy. But the people who should really know that what we are doing, there's an under-15 World Cup coming on. Okay. And they're not even prepared for it, whereas the other team has got 40 matches under their belt. And they just remembered about it now, and they're now calling for people. And then how do they select people?
Okay, no, coming to you.
By advice, someone's advice, there's no accountability, no transparency, zero transparency. That's why we don't do well. Now, if we want to do well in the Under-15 World Cup, we've offered our services. Nobody understands. We've won 8 World Cup tournaments. 8. Nobody's done that.
Okay.
But they don't want to, because I speak out against the Federation all the time.
Send my advice to you. You want this sorted? Send a Republic team to New Jersey on the 19th.
Send us the videos. We'll do it. Just send us the videos. We'll do it.
To send us, just send them to it.
Ambush this Chaube fellow. And ask Chaube 3 questions. A, whose money are you here on? Number 2, why is Indian football in such a pitiable state? Number 3, what are you going to do about it? Shame him. That's the only way to happen.
They did it.
I'm sure.
They came up with a brilliant idea. They changed their name from All India Football Federation to Bharat Football Federation. That was their idea 2 weeks ago. That was their brilliant plan.
That also. Catch him on that. And put his name that day, saying the man responsible for India not being in America for the World Cup football. Aise karo na.
Okay.
I'll do the advertising for free, the strategy for free.
You know, the fact of the matter is that despite
a lot of people responding to
all these difficulties and structural flaws, India has still managed to win 16 medals, 3 golds, coming 4th in overall tally just after China, Japan and Uzbekistan.
A lot of people calling in, Abhishek.
Change happening on the ground. We have to just stay the course. People calling up Apurva Kumar Mondal from Durgapur, West Bengal. Apurva.
Hello.
Yeah, Apurva, hi, we can hear you. Go ahead.
सर मेरे को इंग्लिश बिल्कुल नहीं आती।
कोई बात नहीं, हिंदी में बोलिए आप।
अच्छा, मैं ये बोलना चाह रहा हूँ कि आज का डिबेट जो है, जो मुझे लग रहा है कि इंडियन स्पोर्ट्स पर्सनैलिटीज के ऊपर जो है।
ओके।
बोलिए।
मैं स्पोर्ट्स को स्पोर्ट्स के नाम पे दे रहा हूँ। मैं ना क्रिकेट बोल रहा हूँ, ना मैं हॉकी बोल रहा हूँ, ना मैं रग्बी बोल रहा हूँ। मैं कोई भी गेम नहीं बोल रहा हूँ सर। आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द स्पोर्ट्स ऑफ इंडिया।
बोलिए।
Are you getting me right now, sir? Please.
Yes, बोलिए।
I'm not getting your point. What is your point?
सबसे पहले तो मैं सारे पैनलिस्ट को अपने अनुसार जो है वो नमस्कार करना चाहता हूँ कि वो लोग आए, अपनी वक्तव्य को इस तरह से फ्रीली दे रहे हैं। उनको पता है कि नेशनल न्यूज है, उसके बावजूद ये दे रहे हैं। ये दमखम जो है अर्नब के पास है, नहीं तो हम लोग को प्लेटफॉर्म आज तक नहीं मिलता। सर, दिस इज द ट्रूथ।
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ashok Basin from Amritsar. Ashok, are you there? Ashok Basin is our next caller. Ashok, are you there? Okay, if he's not there, Rohit Pavade from Mumbai. Rohit.
Ashok, are you there?
You'll have to keep your television on mute, my friend.
Ashok Basin is the next caller.
Ramesh Swaminathan from Chennai.
Hello, Ramesh here.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Go ahead, Ramesh ji.
Thing is, I'm 80 years old. Okay. The thing is, we were watching when I was young, watching cricket match. It was only 8 teams used to play. And winning a cricket match was a great thing. And not only winning, you used to find who will lose. But that is more important. You have to be to manipulate the game. Australia should not win. West Indies should not win. India should not win. So then only India can win. That was our condition when World Cup we are playing. Now, the thing is now things have improved, so we have also started competing with other countries. But we should not see only from cricket alone. The many sports are there. What is the encouragement you give to chess? Vishwanath Anand, you have Pragyan. What is the encouragement you give? You have a World Cup champion. Have you done anything? You did nothing. You had. What you did? Nothing. So what is the point in giving a championship if you cannot maintain them? You have to maintain a champion.
Right.
Your country cannot maintain a champion when he himself brings them, and your country produces, and you cannot manage him. Then why do you have sports? You don't need sports at all.
Right.
No, we want to host the Olympics. There's absolutely nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. But there is a problem with the infrastructure. Abhishek, just a few months back, we did a story on cows, dogs, monkeys. You saw the visual of the monkey inside the badminton stadium. You see we had a video of one of the under-23 champions who won the games today. That's by the way, that's a video from Delhi.
Yeah.
That's a stadium. There are stray dogs inside the stadium. There are also monkeys inside the court. right? And the tracks of, all the SAI centers, for example. SAI centers may still be up to the mark, but there are a lot of these training centers where there are broken tracks. And this is this famous video, we will never forget this video, of the bureaucrat taking his dog for a walk, and all other athletes were sent out. You remember this story, Suhail? This happened. It sums up the entire state of affairs.
He's been promoted. He went to Ladakh, had a great mountaineering holiday, and came back.
He got a promotion.
What did you do?
He got a promotion. He's now the MCD chief.
That's my point. What did they do? They cocked a snook in your face.
They did.
I think Mr. Luthra was right. In hindsight, do not expect anyone to help you. You have to help yourselves. A. B. Ranjit, Niranjan has my details. Not that I can do many things, but please send me any details. I couldn't use the word dope connect to sport, but send me any details you have on AIFF, especially the youth teams, and what are the levels of sponsorship you're looking at. And finally, we are not here to say that our cricket stars are not stars. We are proud of them. But we are also wanting to be proud of every Indian who plays every sport. And if we can encourage that Indian, and if we can be participants in his or her future, that is the India we want. That's the Bharat we must deserve. We are not here to say, ye kharab hai, wo kharab hai. We are here to say, sabka bhala kaise ho sake.
Absolutely.
Sabka vikas, sabke saath.
Absolutely.
Another
quickly 10 seconds.
With India is when we talk about the infrastructure. There's a lot of infrastructure we have created over last 10-15 years. But the problem is no athlete is allowed to enter there.
Yeah.
There are so many stadiums in Delhi where the athletes are not allowed. You have to pay and play. What kind of strategy is this, or what kind of policy is this?
I think
we can have SIR, we can have
1 minute, Mr. Luthra. Niranjan, give us the amount of floods we have in India.
Who has done something at under 12 or under 15 level.
How dare, Mr. Chandrasekhar Luthra, 1 second. How dare you? 1 minute. How dare you? How dare you, sir? I have the details of the super world-class facilities. New Moti Bagh residential complex in Lutyens, Delhi. Released amount 1.1 crore. Upgradation of badminton courts. All of this money went from sports people to bureaucrats. I'll tell you where the money went. Okay?
Absolutely.
Civil Services Offers Institute. Sanction amount 3 crore.
Infrastructure, I'm talking about.
No, but bureaucrats took the money.
In Bangalore.
Bureaucrats took the money for their own bloody societies.
Yes, they are doing so.
Niranjan,
there is no doubt. But even in the stadiums,
let's not make it
allowed to go and
1 minute,
practice.
I look at things optimistically.
Yeah.
I look at things optimistically.
Exactly.
India, we have so many floods. By now, we should create world-class swimmers. Why are we not creating world-class swimmers?
So many floods.
We should create world-class gymnasts. People are falling in of potholes and falling out. So the tragedy is the irony should not be lost on our country. We're a great country where disservice has been done to almost all sports. That needs to be corrected.
Well,
we are not saying bring cricket down. We are saying bring everyone else up.
Right. Potholes and floods is a different debate, but the fact of the matter is, by having this conversation
I was
tonight,
being humorous, for God's sake.
Exactly. Having this conversation tonight, we have brought some spotlight.
At least we've connected
on
Suhail to
other
Ranjit.
sports.
Chalo, we've done some good today.
We have brought some spotlight.